Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more blueprints. Let's find out what day 28 has in store for us. We, once again, as we always do at the Mount Holly estate, we had so much fun on day 27. The stars were out. Good Lord. We added so many stars to our night sky because starfish aquariums were on the menu. We didn't eat any starfish, at least I don't think we did. I don't think Simon is a starfish connoisseur, at least in the dining sense. But we had a ridiculous experiment that we were able to get online, and so we look at this. How many did we end up with? We ended up with 8 aquariums, 9 even, 9 starfish aquariums. We also got to draft the dovecote. There were some interesting notes in there that have been sent via carrier dove, carrier pigeon. We got to solve and open the safe in the study, which was very similar to the office. Unexpectedly, something I thought I had tried, but apparently had not. And so we added a new floor plan that we're hoping to draft today because I believe we have a key card to get into the, I don't even remember what it's called, but it is I think a replica of the museum room that stored the royal crown. And also we got to visit the rumpus room. It's interesting. I don't know if this is a glitch. My cat laser brain that was noticing that it looks like the upper right corner was not drafted, but I'm pretty sure that was our break room. So I wonder, is there a glitch here when we actually rest at the end of the day in a break room? I wonder if I've just never checked the floor plan here to see. Maybe that's always been happening. Yeah, whatever the case may be, we definitely did draft a break room there, and we got to see our fourth cutscene with the Great Alzara, which honestly I've kind of already forgotten what happened in that cutscene because I have not gone yet to edit the entire footage from last time. But we will be talking about that as things go along. We got more contraptions to make. We've got more. I want to get back to the drawing room. I want to be able to. I have an idea there for another safe that we might be able to crack. The other thing that happened was we also lit up some candles. We used the burning glass to great effect in the tomb, in the abandoned mine, and also the dimly lit tunnel that I had completely logged away in the recesses of my mind. And we in fact added another floor plan called the literal tunnel. So we have 2 new floor plans that have been added to our pool. We're not going to be drafting them here at the outer room, but we will get something to start our day. So a lot of fun stuff happened at day 27. Let's see where we go today. Oh, they did do this to me. I'm probably going to take the shrine because my value brain wants to get another shrine buff going so that we have that for multiple days while we're doing other things. But I do definitely want to be getting some schoolhouse retribution, redemption, because we gotta make some progress on classrooms, especially now because that was the other thing we did yesterday. We added a classroom to our pool, so we actually will have 9 classrooms in the draft pool when we actually draft the schoolhouse next. But that will not be today. We're gonna put that off for yet another day here because I love getting the value out of the shrine, and we've got so many. How many shrine buffs have we done? 3 so far. We've done Tinkerer, we've done Berry Picker, and the Blessing of the Chef, but we never got hardly any value out of that. So maybe we'll get that again. I don't know if they repeat before you go through them all, but there's 5 more that we've yet to experience. And so we will pick the shrine again and look to, there's a world where you could just buff this right now, right? You could just say 30 coins. Let's see what we get for the next 4 days, I think. It would be, we're in the tier now where we could get a 4-day buff, but obviously we can do better than that. And also, I don't know for sure how the shrine works. Maybe I'll ask at some point, but don't tell me yet, because I don't know whether you can, deposit 30 coins now and then come back later and maybe add another 30 coins to extend the duration of the buff. I don't think it works that way, but I've never tested it, so I don't know for sure. But I also don't want you to tell me just yet. We're just gonna roll with, we're gonna put one deposit into the shrine shall be made at some point, hopefully, assuming we don't somehow completely mismanage our step count and fail to make it back outside to the shrine. Let's draft the middle of the entrance hall, though. And Okay. This answers another question then, because we never got to pick up our package yesterday. We had a package that was delivered, but we didn't pick it up because we had too many starfish aquariums in the pool and other things that we were trying to get. But this would allow us to... The package stays there until you pick it up. So we could take that here, but I don't love taking the dead end here at the top of the entrance hall. But it's not a terrible spot for a dead end. We could just get that out of the way. But I will say, our very first package was pretty sweet on day 3 or 4. But ever since then, I have to say the mailroom packages have felt a bit lackluster. So I think it's between the mailroom and the reading nook. We could just go ahead right away and get another library book on the table and check out its contents after getting to see the unedited version, the first edition of the History of Arinda Ares. So we do want to follow up with the new clue, or a new clue, I think is what we put on order. But I'm also a little bit conscious about the library potentially pointing downward. I would much prefer that it point to rank 3, but that's kind of a 50-50 shot. So I think I'm going to settle for the mailroom here. We'll take the dead end at the entrance hall, and then we'll look to get our dens and other three-way rooms to open things up for us to the sides. And we'll start out here with our package. Let's see what we've got. Okay, this one is actually a pretty decent package. We do get a compass, which I was kind of hoping we would get, or am I hoping that we get it? I'm always a little bit deliberatory over when we should pick up the compass. Sleeping mask is nice. Make sure we guarantee those steps to get us back out to the shrine eventually. It's just that the compass is a little bit in conflict with the goal of trying to get to her ladyship's chamber. If you want to get a room that points to the south on the west wing in order to draft her ladyship's chamber. So like that's not an uber major priority for us, especially until we get an actual key that opens her diary. But maybe it'll just be one of those days where we don't worry about her ladyship's chamber. Let's just not overthink it, because we do at some point, we have another invention to make with the compass, I believe, right? We have the electromagnet to make, so we want to have that in our... we want to have that ready to go at a moment's notice if and when we get a workshop, and also a battery, right? And so a battery has been a little bit hard to come by. But we will see if we can do that, make that happen today. Let's go to the east today. Let's start out in this direction. Okay, well, the library says, hey, you passed on me the first time. Let's see you pass on me again. All right, we'll take the library here. This is going to be the second day in a row where we've managed to draft... Well, we have a chance. We'll see if we get our hands on a reading nook. But we have a chance to draft multiple libraries in the same day without a schoolhouse. So we will take it here over a spare bedroom, even though I do want to get to the corner to get another conservatory. But the library is also a big priority for us, and it's an unusual rarity. So we'll take it, and we will check out a new book. Oh, look at this. It's a cool, very like Dr. Seuss sort of cover. Dr. Seuss, is that right? Maybe not Dr. Seuss, but I don't know what I'm going for. I love, though, the simplicity of the question mark here. A new clue. Very nice. We of course are the only borrower, as per usual, when we have... I can't actually check the card, can I, huh? The other ones I could pull out the card and actually look at the list, but I guess it doesn't matter when your name is the only one on the list. But also they let me pull out the other cards on the books that we've added from the bookshop, have they not? That's beside the point, though. It doesn't really matter. What does matter is we're reading a new book. New Clue by Marion Marigold, Sundial Publishing. 1988. Sundial Publishing. That's different from, was it Reddington Publishing? So she had a new publisher for this one. But they had been a little bit on the outs with each other, hadn't they? Because they had told her, don't make the ending so political with the Red Prince. All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you. For you are looking for a new clue too. The rhymes are going to kill me here. I'll see if I can deal with the over rhyming that's going on. But are we looking at a depiction of Detective Von Margel. Route 8. There's that number that loves to show up everywhere in this game. Route 8. And it's going to be interesting. We don't have a magnifying glass. I don't see anything at the moment that bears closer inspection, but there is some scribbling here. Maybe that would look a little different with the magnifying glass. So we may need to come back to the library here if we can get ourselves a commissary. Let's keep it going, though. He had retraced his sketches and studied the files, reviewed all his cases and gone through the piles of the evidence of the evidence present and precedents evident, and retraced his steps as it stretched on for miles. That's very clever, actually. What do we have here? We have, okay, I'm reading corner cases, parlor, patio, nook, office, pantry. Those are all, oh, I guess parlor's not checked off. Pantry, office, nook, and patio are checked off, but not library and parlor. Okay, there is some stuff here that could very well need some inspection with the magnifying glass. I see something, I see age 25 or 35 at the very bottom of 2 of the pages here. But I see some other ages as well. So it looks like there's like a list of names. Suspects, perhaps? Does it say suspect list up there at the top? And then you have dead cases on this other clipboard. Lavatory, closet, attic. What is that? Furnace. Okay, that's an F, not an S. And then solarium. Okay. So listing some different rooms here that we've got in the estate. Okay, so there is definitely something here we need to check with the magnifying glass. At least one thing, so we'll probably end up checking it all. Oh, and what do we have here? We've got Arindia, the paragon of royalty. We've got one of the sus candlestick holders that we know can be lit up. Well, not a rook per se, but part of the Arindia castle. But it kind of looks like a chess piece. Is this just saying that he's sifting through the ruins or the mystery of Arindia to try to get through to the bottom of things? He had looked high and low in all of the rooms. Okay, I feel like I'm definitely also seeing immediately I'm seeing some numbers. We need the magnifying glass for this book. There are numbers that are like, what are they? Superscripts that are next to each, well, a lot of these words on the page. I can read them, but I also can barely make them out. So we really need to check with the magnifying glass because it's almost like invisible ink. We haven't really had invisible ink for anything that I've seen so far, but this is as close as it's come. So I want to know what these numbers are all about. He had looked high and low in all of the rooms. He had searched every corner in each of the tombs. In this particular case, he had checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. And then on the next page here, you've got the detective talking to some of the staff, presumably. We got some fruit on the counter, so this is maybe Bridget. Was she the one that was sent to pick up the fruit for the pantry? To Tanner Fork. Tanner Fork. He looked and he looked under beds and in nooks. He questioned the maids. He questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were found only in books. I wonder, as far as we know, Detective Von Margel did not get his hand on this particular book. So he doesn't have these clues. Whatever they may be, we're still figuring out what the clues are, though. So tome after tome that the library loaned, and the books that he had that he already owned, were searched from their covers all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. I see here the books that are on the table, some of the titles: Tender Cipher, Lunar Renamed, Uncle Awe, is that what that says? And then Draft the Sixes. What? And then you've got some pictures in the background here next to the cuckoo clocks. Who knows what all could be? What all could be a clue here? So probably a lot of these are red herrings. Oh, wow. And then he's got a bunch of stuff he's written on the chalkboard. So he's got... he has written on the chalkboard my idea for the drawing room. I've been holding back on discussing what it is. Although, if you all have solved it, you know what it is. And I think I know what it is now. But small gates, G-A-I-T, that had not occurred to me before. I wonder if this is here. This has to be here specifically to jog you into thinking about gates. But it was during an editing session a few days ago where I had backed off of my overthinking just enough to notice, wait a second. I was calling them strides before, footstep strides. I had totally overlooked the synonym that I needed to go for, which was gate. The what did we go through the other day? Homophones or homonyms? Which one sounds the same but spelled differently? Whichever it is, gates versus gates, that's the key to the drawing room, I think. But what else does he have here? Mary and Mary. Dead end. Oh my God. Wait a second. He's got lore equals word and jor equals name. Does he actually have the beginning of their secret coded language? Is this, because this feels like the first clue that I've seen that gives us any sort of a cipher to let us know. I have not tried to dig in. We got this very, well, a completely incomprehensible note in the secret chamber in the tomb that was next to Lady Epson's grave. That was in a complete, pig Latin sort of language, which we don't know yet how to speak or read. And this feels like the first clue that I've seen that maybe is related to that. Here we also see again, draft the sixes, shifted extras. He's taking some letters from different positions in the previous words, shifting them around. Shifted extras, the fixed stars. Stars? Maybe that's what that says. I don't know for sure because it's hidden. Part of it is hidden behind his arm. Shifted extras, draft the sixes. Anyway, I forgot to read the other page that may provide some context. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. Oh dear, this book is doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting. This one is definitely going to be one that I'm going to need to reread. We might even need to reorder it if we don't get our hands on a magnifying glass. But even if we do, who knows? Like, this is one of these books that feels like it's got all sorts. It's literally called A New Clue. And it feels like there could be clues galore on every single page, but I don't quite know how to handle them yet. We keep going. I'm so tempted to look first at the artwork because it's very well done as well. That the artwork is I love trying to break it all down and soak it in. Record. This is some sort of an archives, but also he's got a 9-rank, 5-column layout here that he has constructed. Or, this, who knows if this is actually happening. These are all illustrations in a book. This may not be like like my literal brain is thinking about how this would have actually happened in reality. There could be a lot of figurative storytelling here. He's got a sledgehammer, and what is this? Is this some new fancy item we haven't got yet in the showroom? He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps. And if his directory was considered a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. And then we see him here carrying a bunch of books. There's a sign up here that says each. Huh? Each? Is there a missing letter there? Teach? Reach? A man obsessed, and cuckoo, too. They would say as he would wander through. The best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. And having read this book so many times, having scoured over each of its cryptic lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? What the fuck? We see here actually a lot of things. Oh no, we definitely need the magnifying glass. Oh my God, because there looks like there is some sort of a cipher here on this page. Oh my God. Okay, commissary just jumped up to like the top of our must-have list on today's draft because I see Yeah, I see what could be a cipher here, but we can't read it because we need a magnifying glass. I see like dead end, major key, XYZ, ABC. Like this is seen all the signs. There's a stop sign. So that's got to have some significance. I also see the photos in the background. I think we know where some of these photos are from. One of these is from the safe house. It's got Mary along with Caleb and Philip. And then we see, I think, is it Simon and Lady Epson in the ballroom? Is this the 1952 photo? And then this is a new clue here, isn't it? Because we've got, I don't know which, was it this page or was it maybe, oh, no, okay. I don't know what page this is looking at here, but this looks like the detective. And it looks like, yeah, this is a new clue open on the desk. And then we see the metro, the map in the train station. And then major here is spelled, but then there is a split down the middle to isolate Jor. And we saw on the other page that Jor equals name. Oh my God. Okay. All right. My brain is starting to percolate. My my antenna are up. My overthinking is starting. I have to reel it in because so many clues that may be of use or maybe misleading. The king on the desk as well. I noted that, but didn't think of it as anything helpful just yet. But who knows? Who knows? Last page. Or is there perhaps something new, something overlooked, but now in view? Have you finally found it? Could it really be true? If it's a new clue, you know what to do. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then, oh shit. Okay. I see some red notes and some blue notes. I see some red notes and blue notes, but I also see a red note that is handwritten. I feel like this is our first handwritten red note. What is written on these notes? The suspect is minor, is the blue note. M-I-N-O-R. The suspect is minor, M-I-N-E-R. That's a red note. And then the handwritten red note is the suspect is major. What? What? There's a sign here that says on the way. It looks like it's a diamond shaped sign, which may be similar to this sign that's on, I see what looks like a stop sign and a diamond on this very small note that says seen all the signs on the previous page. And we see the bigger stop sign over here by the desk. But then we see what I think is probably the diamond sign, but I'm just guessing. The suspect is a key. The suspect is a key. Is that the new admin login? Key A? And that would break the usual naming convention because it would be a 3-letter last name. Okay. Oh my God. The overload. So many things to try all of a sudden. Good Lord. We need a magnifying glass. Okay. I've taken screenshots of everything in the book here, but of course we need a magnifying glass to see everything. And this feels like one of these books that maybe would require like its own recording session just to try to brainstorm, go over everything that has been put into your brain to think about. Because the idea of being able to finally decode Oven Neverai and this secret language that they've got is very enticing, and I want to try to figure that out, but I don't want to devote the brain power to it just yet. I also don't actually want to go through the library just yet, because I would kind of like to have a couple of dice. If we could get our hands on a Geist bedroom before we do that, it feels like it would be nice to be able to re-roll the more rare option. So we'll take on from the west of the entrance hall, we have observatory versus bedroom versus closet. The bedroom does have a synergy with our sleeping mask, but we have so many stars now. We have who knows how many rewards that we're going to be getting from these observatories. It feels like a crime now, probably, to pass up one of these. So I think observatory is the way I'm going to go here, and we will see how that steers our draft. It doesn't get us dice, I don't think, but who knows? Maybe there's some new constellations that I haven't thought of. Is this a Diamondus Major? That's a Diamondus Major. Okay. What else do we have? And a Diamondus Minor. We're starting out with gems, folks. We get a Southern Cross, and it looks like the Farmer's Apple as well as the Twins. I didn't necessarily have to take the Southern Cross, but I think it's fine. I think the Southern Cross is fine-ish. But there are rooms like the Great Hall and the Chamber of Mirrors that we don't want to get, like, right away. We'll see how it goes here. The Twins does mean that we want to get a sledgehammer or some keys. And the apples being extra delicious could make a secret garden more valuable. So there you go. We've got those are the rewards from 29 stars. I like it. We've got gems. We definitely have gems. Now we just need, well, there you go. A commissary. Just what I was hoping for. The easiest commissary of my life. I don't even have to think about it, because that gets us a magnifying glass. Does it also... Okay, it does not get us a sledgehammer, but it does get us a shovel. So we slam dunk this magnifying glass, and I think we also slam dunk the shovel, because we want to just be able to dig as soon as we come across dig sites. So let's not overthink that and try to wait for a coupon book or some shit like that. Maybe the sail could show up in our second observatory, but we're not going to wait for that. I'm not going to buy the other set of gems, though, right off the bat, because we do have a shrine eventually that we want to dump a bunch of coins into, and we have 8 gems right now. So we know that there is a full stock of gems in the commissary if and when we need it. So let's just keep drafting from the commissary. There's a courtyard. I did say I want a guy's bedroom, but I want to try to be able to draft. This is one shot at getting her ladyship's chamber in the corner, or potentially a conservatory as well. So we definitely hit the courtyard here, especially just after we picked up a shovel. That's perfect. And we get a metal detector. So we could make a detector shovel. We could make a detector shovel ASAP. Well, we need a workshop, but I'm guessing we're going to get a workshop because it's common now. But if we do that, we end up... Man, do I do that? Because maybe I save the dig sites. And what we say is, I'm going to go for a detector shovel and not worry about making... I want to make a jackhammer, but we don't have car keys. We don't have a battery. We don't have a broken lever. It's one of the tougher ones to make. The jackhammer, that is. So maybe we just try to make a detector shovel and we come back for these dig sites when we have that. I feel like that's a good game plan. I think I like that game plan. Let's at first... We don't have to dig these sites right away. We can at least draft the corner here. Ooh, and we get an office to spread even more gold when we want. I'm hoping that at this point we are in a new week, but I still don't know for sure how the week's situation works when it comes to payroll. We would need to get a servant's quarters and or a maid's chamber, so that could be a ways off. But I think this is definitely an office here, because I don't want to take... we don't have to take a parlor when we've got 9 gems already. And the reading nook, we want to get that out in the open somewhere so we can draft another library. And the office also adds a king to our chessboard setup if we're able to get our hands on a study at some point. So we'll take the office, and it also gets us back a gem. We don't have to get that gem right away because... But the thing is, we can probably log into the office from somewhere else. So I will take the opportunity to grab the gem, and but we won't spread gold yet because there's no rooms in our house. There's hardly any rooms in our house. There are 2 dice on the table, though. What? What? There are 2 dice on the table. Okay, I've never seen that happen before. I don't have a lucky rabbit's foot, do I? I don't have my lucky rabbit's foot. It's hiding away in a coat check, but there's just okay, and there's coins here. Okay, well, this draft is off to a fun start. I guess we can take a moment just to do a special order, but I don't at the same time know if I want to do a special order, because if we do manage to get the magnifying glass, we still want the magnifying glass. We just want it. Like there's still books to read in the library. Just keep ordering the magnifying glass and make sure you get one, because it doesn't show up as commonly as the others. So I'm gonna keep doing it. Magnifying glass ordered once again, and we'll keep doing that. Keep our policy of magnifying glass until we are, I don't know, until all the mysteries have been solved, I guess. Okay, let's go ahead and now we will draft from the other side of the courtyard. And we do get a second observatory. I was kind of hoping that we would get something that would point us to the right so we can flesh out our base. At some point, we have a key card to be able to get us into the foundation if we want. We just kind of need to make sure that all the doors are unlocked. But getting another observatory this soon seems like a good way to go. It could have another, there's going to be 30 stars, and who knows what that's going to have. It's just a fun surprise. So we could take a secret passage that would get us into rank 4. And what would we shoot for if we were taking that? We would take a hallway so we can draft our new tunnel, our new tunnel room. Oh, but I guess we could take a red room as well, so we could try to get our new red room. Because we do have a key card, and that's actually pretty valuable. But I think I would just rather take the observatory here. And then we know we have the compass, and it's very likely that we'll get something that points us into rank 4 from this direction. So let's just take another observatory and see what that gets us. Just more stars, more better at this point. I've sort of... Oh, that was an interesting musical reset there, having the current observatory's theme being overwritten by the incoming observatory. It's just like, nope, you don't even get to finish. Just cut off straight to the top of the track. All right. So it's also going to become, oh, look at this. We do have the sail. We do actually have the sail. There you go. All right. Cool. And I think we have Clavis the key. I'm happy to see that because we need keys. And I guess apples are extra, extra delicious. Okay, so cool. We could have waited, but I didn't know that I was going to get the sail. You never know until you know. So, okay, 30 stars. The constellations and the observatories are getting out of control here. So there's some really cheap gems in the commissary if we want them. But let's see what the next store has to offer through the observatory. Oh my god, a rotunda. A rotunda! I don't think I need a rotunda here. I think I just take a kitchen. I think I do, and then that, because the sale is on today, so we definitely will make sure that our steps are safe and sound. Our step count is going to be nice and healthy. Yeah, I think I like taking the kitchen. Don't need the extra door from the archives here. Let's just take the kitchen. And we can look at the menu. We're going to have plenty of steps, so we look at the menu to see we have bacon and eggs. That's an exciting one. Maybe we just add that right away. And then the beef stew pie. If we get a boiler room, we get extra steps. But we have only drafted the morning room one time, right? Because we haven't been getting our kitchens. I sort of have been, I guess, downranking the kitchen in my mind. It hasn't been as high of a priority just because we've had the access to the apple orchard and shoes and things like that. And other places that we've wanted to spend our gold. The morning room is draftable on both of the wings. How does the morning room work again? If we look at the room directory, go to green rooms, the morning room. The way that we drafted it before, I think it's this window has to face the boundary. So if I want to say we could draft this on the east wing, and if we're doing that, it would act similarly to the greenhouse. So it would have this elbow that goes back into the house. I think that's what we want to, yeah, let's just take that here and we can maybe get that on the east wing as we are heading our way up. So cool. Awesome. We're down to 6 gems. So do we want to buy any from the commissary? That might be a smart thing, because, you know, more gems, more better, and the sale is on. Now that we have the sale, we're going to be spreading coins at some point. So coins shouldn't be a problem. So I think we just take the set of 5 gems for sure, and then we can wait on the others because they're not quite half off. So 4 gems, added to the pile here, and now we really are just prioritizing keys or a security room. Because these trunks are here in the entrance hall, but we really want to make sure we're able to open doors when we have no experiment going yet to be able to try to aim for the shelter, unlocking everything. I think I'm okay to draft through the library first. We've got 2 dice. I don't want to open one of those trunks just yet. Let's see what we get through the library. The Southern Cross in full effect here, as to be expected. So, a Cloister of Lydia. Would we be willing to settle for that? It does have dig spots, and we do actually have a shovel now, and we could have a detector shovel. So it's a very expensive room, but it might pay for itself. I do want as many doors as I can get here to try to fill out my base. I could settle for the passageway and save a gem. It does kind of suck when you've already taken both the kitchen and the commissary. You're that much less likely to get some allowance added by drafting a shop at the Cloister. So because of that, I think I will wait to draft the Cloister. But does that mean then that I settle for a passageway, or do I actually redraw? Or do I ever actually take the weight room, because I do have a kitchen and I do have a sleeping mask? I think I will end up settling for the passageway. Let's save the gem, but I'll still be okay spending the 2 gems to make sure I get those 2 doors. I don't want to spend one of my dice here just to redo one of these options, because I know that the Southern Cross is in effect, and so like I could re-roll into like a Chamber of Mirrors, which is definitely not what I want at this point. I want a Chamber of Mirrors now that I kind of know how it works and that it is a very nice source of resources, but I don't want it just yet in this spot. Let's take the passageway and let's draft to maybe rank 3 first, just to see, because maybe if there's a Chamber of Mirrors there, that might be an okay spot to try to work our way around when it's here in a spot where it won't have too many locked doors around it on rank 3. So let's actually draft up through the passageway first to see what gets offered. Sure enough, these 4-way rooms, the Southern Cross is totally doing its thing. But I think a boiler room here, it makes perfect sense. A boiler room to be able to let us do laundry room shenanigans, I think feels pretty good. The boiler room could have a dig site. Also, it could get us the laboratory to get our experiments going. Oh, and also the boiler room is connected to the passageway, so we could even get, you know, like security to the on the east wing there. I think maybe the boiler room is just the pick. The rotunda would be nice. It wouldn't be the worst thing to have a rotunda in a spot like this, but also it's 3 gems. It's very, very expensive. I'm gonna go ahead and take the boiler room, and then I think the first thing we'll do is we'll redirect power down through the passageway. Let's get that enabled. So we redirect the power here, and then activate. And I think it's pointing, yeah, downward is the way we want it to go, so that goes through the passageway. Because we want to start, I guess we can also check to see if there's any dig sites here. Not today, no dig sites. But I would like to get, my ideal, I think here is getting a security room through the passageway. Let's see if that boiler room buff is nice to us. Just what I wanted. Beautiful. That is a morning room, though. That is a morning room. Okay. It's a morning room that does get me down to the corner, which is kind of what I want. So we could end up, like, security should show up, has a very good chance to still show up in both directions out of the boiler room. So we don't have to take a security room here. The morning room, I think, is actually the correct pick, because it gets us gems, and it gets us gems tomorrow, and it also just gets us that corner room. So this is fine. Actually, it worked out even better than I had planned. So the morning room we will take. More gems, more better. And is there fruit as well? Is there fruit as well in here? There's no dig sites in the morning room. It's not that kind of a green room, correct? It's been a long time since we... Oh, we do have a magnifying glass now. I totally forgot. I totally forgot. The library is right there. We can totally go to the library and check. We picked up a magnifying glass. We got to look at the new clue. I already switched modes into... Okay, we've banked that away for later. Let's draft. It's tough. It's tough switching between, okay, I want to put all my focus and brain power into formulating my path through the house and how all the rooms are going to be laid out, and then trying to switch modes back into how do I decipher this foreign language that has been constructed over Neverai. There's not a next page here, though, with this newspaper, so unless this date is important, November 5th, unless that is somehow important to one of our safes, and I haven't tried it yet, then we're just going to keep moving on. Oh, but there is a coupon book over here. Yo! Oh my god. A coupon book on top of the sale? What? Say it ain't so. Does that mean the bananas are free in the kitchen? Hello? How is that gonna work? Okay, we'll find out soon enough. Let's draft through into the corner. Oh, I thought they were gonna give me a conservatory, but that is a solarium. We just do the solarium thing, I think. Yeah, we're doing green rooms here, but as has happened a few times, we're kind of getting the green rooms out of order. We're not getting those buffing rooms like the terrace and the veranda. We're not getting those first, but we're still sort of steering into that green room draft. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm taking the solarium, and then we have these dig sites now that I don't know that I want to. Like, I want to make a detector shovel, but we haven't got our hands on a workshop yet. So I wonder if it's super greedy of me to try to wait to get my hands on that. We are going to be spreading gold at some point, so there's going to be an incentive for us to come back over some of these rooms again and check for gold, as well as digging up the dig site. We will at least, I think, check for an item. There could be an item in here, even though I don't have my lucky rabbit's foot. But, it is stashed away in the corner, though. It's one of these rooms that I don't know if I'd come all the way to the solarium just to check for a couple pennies. But every bit counts when you're trying to buff the shrine. The other thing that we have done with the solarium is, now that we've made unusual and rare rooms more likely while drafting, we may have crowded out the workshop. It's a common now. So it's actually less likely that we're going to be seeing it compared to the other rooms. Is that true? And also the Southern Cross is in effect. So we may not even see the workshop today. I think I just dig. I think there's a very good chance that we don't even see a workshop. So let's just not worry about that. Okay, let's go through the boiler room and draft up the east wing. Because now I do want to really get my hands on a security room, because we're about to enter into rank 4, and that means security doors being able to spawn. We want that at max before we start doing that. I'd also like to have a laboratory. Either a security room or a laboratory would be great here, because a laboratory means that we might think about using the grotto to open up all the doors. That is such a powerful effect when you can do that. So let's draft to the east wing. There's a security room, and I will settle for that. Even though patio is pretty decent, then when we have four green rooms, but we're still okay on gems, and we will probably get another chance at a patio. I don't know, not from yeah, because it arranges differently when it's on the other side of the house. So this would certainly be not a bad room, but for the reasons I stated, I want to do security. I want to do security to make sure that. Oh shit, we still haven't checked the library. Okay, we're going to go back at some point. So we just need to remember, at some point, we've got to re-examine the library and a new clue with the magnifying glass. Don't forget. Do not forget to do this. But my brain has flipped over into draft mode, and I can't help myself. Fill out all the rooms. Draft all the doors. Set security level to high. Do the thing. You know what you want. Just do it. Okay. We've done the special order already. I guess I'll check the inventory. I know that I have 2 trunks in the entrance hall. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting about? Does not appear to be. So 2 trunks, which maybe I should open one of those trunks. Maybe I should stink and open one of them. Let's see what we get through security, though. That is a laundry room. Okay. I could, you know, with the laundry room, you could do keys for gems if you really needed to, or keys for coins. No, I don't think it lets you go directly keys for coins, right? So I think this is a laundry room, just to make sure we have this nailed down. This is part of why you do the duct system, to make sure that you get your hands on that laundry room, because it is so powerful. I don't know that I want to do anything with it right this second, other than maybe swapping gems for keys, but that's I mean, it could be a good thing, because then we could go back to the entrance hall and open both of those trunks. We're going to take the laundry room, but I don't think I'm going to do any business there just yet, except that there does appear to be an item. So we will spend the steps to check for... Well, that's what I thought I saw. Car keys. Okay, car keys. This is getting a bit interesting. So now we have one of the pieces that we would need. We still need a workshop, and we would still need either a broken lever or a battery, whatever we don't get from the car trunk. And we would need to get a car trunk in the first place, because we need to get over to the West Wing to get a garage. There's a lot of ifs. There's a lot of things that need to happen before we actually get to make a jackhammer. But I don't think I'm actually swapping anything just yet. I don't want to put my gems down to just one. I don't want to swap keys for gems. I want to draft a little bit more through the... I want to go through the boiler room still and see what else we get. But I don't think I need to send power through the boiler room. I don't need to extend the duct system anymore, except I do want a laboratory. So, I do want a laboratory. But the problem is I've got the archives, I've got the weight room. I guess I've used the passageway already, but with the Southern Cross in effect, it's going to be really tough to get a laboratory through that left side of the boiler room when the archives and the weight room are much more likely to show up. I might have to spend both of my dice to try to make it happen, and there's no guarantee. I still do have all those gems in the commissary. I just remembered that. I have a ton of gems in the commissary still, and those are super cheap now because we have the sale and we have a coupon book. So I actually should swap keys for gems, shouldn't I? And then I can open the stuff in the entrance hall. I might get even more gems back. I might get more dice. And I can get all the things in the commissary, and I can dig up the stuff in the courtyard. We should just do all the things. I am just getting a little bit low on coins, but I think I should be able to afford everything, and we're going to be spreading coins eventually from the office. Would you look at this beautiful 30 for 30, though? Allowance and stars. Absolutely identical. Let's talk about the stars have aligned. Okay, what we're going to do, I think we're going to be totally fine on steps today, so I'm going to spend a couple extra here to just draft through the boiler room first before I swap for keys for gems, because maybe there's a 3-gem room that I want to... Like, I would probably get a vault. If they somehow threw a vault my direction here, I would probably take it. I am going to send the power to the right-hand side. I am going to line that up because, you know, I think it makes it a better chance that we get a laboratory. But also, there's, like I said before, the other rooms like archives and stuff are also competing, so who knows? I don't know exactly what the best way to do this is, but we're going to draft here first. Dark room, Great Hall, weight room. Yeah, I don't love any of this. I guess maybe I'll settle for a dark room, and then maybe we'll get to turn things on with the utility closet, or, I guess there's only one room left that actually costs a gem. The laboratory costs a gem, right? And so if we can see the power lighting things up for us in the dark room from the boiler room power source, so we would be able to tell if we have the laboratory because we've already drafted security and the laundry room, right? The locker room's not in the pool yet. So the only room that would cost a gem and is connected to the duct system would be the laboratory. So we could do that. But then if we don't get that, we're just shooting in the dark for, you know, I don't necessarily want to I don't want to continue the duct system indefinitely just to get my hands on a laboratory. If we don't do an experiment today, that's fine. I could also spend some rerolls here. This could be where I spend some dice because we have the 2 trunks in the entrance hall, and those could also have dice. There's also a guy's bedroom out there still, and a boudoir. I think I will spend a redraw here. This might be a little loose, but I think because we've got those other potential sources of dice, let's go ahead and spend these here, because I just don't feel great about any of these options. Oh! Okay, there's a workshop. Okay, that is an interesting development here. It is in one of the most inconvenient places with all the extra steps that we'd have to spend to come around to get back into the workshop, but it is a workshop nonetheless. And that might be our avenue to get in a jackhammer. Now that we do have a car keys, if the workshop gives us a broken lever, it might be game on. We could also make an electromagnet. That could be on the table as well if we get our hands on a battery from a car trunk. Okay, it might be difficult to get our hands on a workshop the rest of the day because of the way this Southern Cross and Solarium working together. So I think I'm going to settle for it here, even though it's not in the best spot steps-wise, but we should be fine. Because the dining room also has the extra steps from having a boiler room, I think. So I think it's all going to be A-okay. Let's take the workshop. And what item do I have? I do have a broken lever. I can see on the table there's a broken lever. I don't even have to spend the steps yet to know that I've got a broken lever. The jackhammer could happen. Wow. So we don't want to make a detector shovel until we get... we could get our hands on a battery very easily. Okay, this might happen. So let's do the thing now. Let's leave that there, and we will be returning to the workshop. Excitement grows. Let's do the laundry room thing of swapping keys for gems. Since we don't have a sledgehammer, it's just going to be keys for gems, I think. I don't think we do... Oh, we can do keys for coins. Interesting. But I would be spending 10 gold, and then I would be ending up with 3 keys. But is that better than just swapping keys for gems? I would have, let's see. There's a chance I get gems. There's a chance I get anything in those twin trunks that's in the lobby. I don't know if there's any statistical. I don't know. I haven't tracked thoroughly the distribution of what gets, what comes out of those trunks, and so I don't know if coins are any more likely than keys. Or gems or dice. So if I swap keys for gems, I end up with 8 gold, 6 keys, and 1 gem. I would be opening the 2 trunks. I'd be down to 4 keys. I'd be in a great position going into the ranks, having high security already set up. A high security level plus 4 keys. That's a good position to be in going into the rest of the house. The other option is to swap, to spend 10 gold, go down to 3 gold, and then end up with 3 keys and 1 gem. Sorry, 1 coin, 1 gold, but I would still have 6 gems. We do have a shrine, though. I want to be prioritizing gold. I want to hold on to as much gold as I can. And I think we should be able to get our hands on more gems, because we have the commissary, right? That's the thing. Yeah, so we want to do this. We want to swap keys for gems and buy more gems from the commissary if we have to. That's how we do it. Keys for gems. Let's go. Okay, laundry done. So we go back to... Now, we go back to the entrance hall, but on the way, we can stop in the library and check our... I didn't even change the power direction there. I wasn't even thinking about doing stuff like swapping allowance for stars. But I think it's fine. We only wanted to swap the keys for the gems anyways. But we can step into the library and actually check a new clue to get actually all of the clues. To actually get all of the clues. Is there anything on this page? My guess was the magnifying glass was not going to show me anything new here, but we'll check it. Yeah, this scribbling here, I thought maybe I saw a letter A. Maybe there is a letter A there, but I can't make any sense of the rest of it. So I think this page is good. But then this is the one where we definitely wanted to check. Aha. Suspect list. Who the heck are these guys? Rose Bawley, age 50. Richard Scott, age 12. Frond Mayford, age 32. I have never heard of any of these names. What? Screenshot. Like, the only thing at first that I could think is that these might be related to a special kind of admin key. But, oh, wait a minute. There is a Christoph Clark, age 25. Christoph is supposed to be the driver, isn't he? Is this his actual name, Christoph Clark? It's just that I don't recognize any of the other names. I don't think any of those names stand out as somebody who's on the staff, right? If this were a list of staff names, I would think we would see like a Bridget and a Hartley, but none of those people are here. So who knows who Christoph Clark is? But it could be an admin key to try. Clark C. Draft the sixes. What does that mean? Draft on the 6th rank? Draft the room number 6? What is room number 6? Is that a parlor? Oh, I almost forgot about... I was checking the artwork on these on the right-hand pages, but I almost forgot about the almost invisible letters. Sorry, numbers. Here. Here we go. What do these mean? Why are there numbers here? I see an 8, a 12, a 1. There's a 5 and a 14. Like, normally you might think that these are like footnotes, right? And you would see like a corresponding number at the bottom of the page where you would get additional information. But that doesn't quite seem like what's going on here. Like, is this... It's got to be related to... Well, it could be related to the... My first guess is it's related to the whole cipher puzzle. Figuring out this seemingly indecipherable language. Except there's got to be a way to unscramble it. But some of the words have 2 numbers next to them. I don't think it's supposed to be like... It's not 514. There's like a space, so it's 5 and 14. Just like here, I think it's 4 and 9. Wherever it is here. Yeah, it's 4 and 9, not 49. So why do some have 2 numbers? Oh, unless we're not... Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe all we're supposed to do is just order these words. There's a number sequence here from 1 to 12, isn't there? What if I just take each word and put them all in the sequence that they're numbered as? Okay, let's try to do that. I've been taking a bunch of screenshots here, but maybe let's just note these. Get out my notepad. Number 1 is all. Where is number 2? Ah, here is... Number 2 is checked. Number 3, was that on the last line? Where was number 3? Like, I can almost see them without the magnifying glass. It's almost easier to find them that way. It looks like 3 is corner. And then is 4 case. Number 5 looks like it is rooms. 6 is had. Oh, 7 was on the last line here. A. 8 is low. 9 was... Oh, another... 9 was also... That was one of the duplicates. So case. And then clue is 10. 11 is found. And then the last one, 12, is in. Does this make sense? All checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in. There was a page here that said corner cases, didn't it? Where was the corner case? Corner cases. Patio, nook, office, and pantry. Patio, nook, office, and pantry. All checked corner case rooms had a low case clue found in. I mean, it's not a great... The grammar is not fantastic, but it kind of makes sense. I'm wondering if what it's referring to... There was a page here that talked about... Let me get the magnifying glass off of here. he checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. I'm not sure which page it was that I'm thinking of, but somewhere while I was reading this, the idea, we've joked before about the books that were hidden. Some, like, we haven't found yet. The hidden mist book that opens up the library. That opens up the bookshelf into the Mist Observatory. It's funny because these names are also in, there's floor plans in this game that are named the same as rooms that were in Mist. But the point is, I'm wondering if these rooms that are the corner case rooms that are checked, patio, nook, office, and pantry, although patio is a weird one. Because what does it mean by it had a low-case clue found in? A low-case clue. Does the patio, is that a reference to the archives key that we dug up in the patio? That was a low-case clue? But what about the pantry and the office and the nook? Is there a book? There's a lot of books in those rooms, although not sure about the pantry. We don't have the pantry. We don't have any of these rooms except for the office. So I guess it might be worth going back to check the office. A low-case clue. Okay, we've got that message. Let's continue, because there were still, I think, some things to find on the other pages with the magnifying glass. I had just forgot about the numbers there. I don't think there's anything on this page other than each, which we can clearly see without the magnifying glass. And who knows, maybe the colors of the books that he's holding might be important. Green, blue, purple, red. But we go to this. This is the one that is most of interest to us. Oh boy. Oh boy, what are we looking at here? So this, let's see, library. Oh my god, covers all the way through. What? XYZ ABC, XYZ ABC. We've seen this, by the way, the XYZ ABC, I think we have seen in the root cellar. If I'm remembering that correctly, that was something in the root cellar. Dead end, major key, seen all the signs, question mark. And then 5 blanks, 2 lines of 5 blanks. Okay, but the blue writing here might be the most important part. Assume page count starts on title pages. Assume page count starts on title pages. The title page being this, the new clue, not the borrower card page. But what is that? How is that important? So if that's page 1, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. There's a lot of pages in this book. There's like 21 pages. What book are they talking about? Assume page count starts on title pages. And then down here you have red, green, violet, blue. But it's being, like, there's the word covers? Okay, there's so much to take in here. Hold the phone. What the fuck? Let's screenshot this, and let's screenshot this over here. This is in this book, isn't it? Library covers all the way through. This one. So tome after tome that the library loaned, and the books that he had that he already owned were searched from their covers all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Why is the word covers underlined and then it points to the word red? Does it point specifically to the D in red, or is it just pointing to the word red? The way. Why is that outlined and then it points to X, Y, Z, A, B, C? And then why is the word library circled? And then why do you have page A, word X, page C, word A, page B, word Y, page Z, word X? Assume page count starts on title pages. Are you just supposed to cycle through the pages by the pages are numbered X, Y, Z, A, B, C. And then you start the cycle over. So the first page is A. No, the first page is X. If it goes X, Y, Z, A, B, C. So they're trying to give us maybe an example here of dead end and major key. And they're trying to show us something involving the red, green, violet, and blue. Those could be... Those are the covers, aren't they? Except, are they the covers... Are they the covers of books that we have rented in the library? Or borrowed? This one has a violet cover. What do the other ones have? I'm going to have to check my screenshots here, but I don't know if I've taken screenshots of the covers. I might have to go back and look at my footage for some of these because Swimbird is blue. That one is pretty clear. We can see that Swimbird is blue, but these other ones like the pump system and the History of Arindia, although History of Arindia might be black. But do we need the black room? We just need, at least according to this page, if we're taking this note literally here, we're looking for red, green, violet, blue. That's what I think I'm gonna have to do this. But we can okay, we can try this. Gosh, where are we going here is the question. Because we're only picking out one word from each of these books to make what, a 4-word message? Seen all the signs. Okay, let's... My brain is firing in so many different directions. This is insane. I want to figure this out, but I also realize that I might not have the brain power to do everything that I want to do today. This, the suspect being major is another part that we've got to figure out what to do here. I noticed this logo, though, next to the suspect is a key. I hadn't noted it verbally out loud, but this logo here is what we see when we do the remote terminal access, correct? So that makes me think that this is a login for the grotto. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, as far as I can tell, that's all there is to see with the magnifying glass. I hope I haven't missed anything. Maybe I'll take another look at this at the end of the session, but I can already feel like this is going to be one of those drafts that is going to... It's going to take a while, or at least it's going to take a lot of my brain power. So we're just going to take this one step at a time. The next thing we do here is we go and we open both of these trunks now that we have keys. Get whatever resources we've got in the twins. More keys. God damn it. That's not exactly what I was hoping for. I was hoping for gems, but maybe... okay, coins. Yay, that's good. Coins is fine because that means gems. So good, and we want more coins for the shrine as well. So now we go and we dig up the courtyard because there's a very good chance we're not making a detector shovel. I would like to get more and more coins. Oh, we're here at the commissary. So now the coupon book kicks in when we actually buy one of these, right? So each gem costs 1 coin, which is awesome. So we just buy all of these. Boom. Awesome. Love it. So, and now we do the digging in the courtyard. Pebbles to add to our old shoe that we got earlier. And more pebbles. Okay. So, we do, however, take another step into the office. We're still not spreading gold? Question mark? I don't think so just yet, because I'd like to be really, really greedy and get like a servant's chamber and stuff like that, or a maid's chamber / servant's quarter. But I wanted to look in the office again because of this low case clue. A low case clue. It makes me think that there's like a book or something on one of these lower shelves that actually is something we could interact with. I might be way off in left field. A low case clue. Like it would be, if it's a low case clue, it would be on the bottom shelf, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Maybe it would be on the second to bottom shelf. Maybe there's nothing here. A low case clue. It feels that sentence is just, it's just weird sounding enough where I'm thinking I don't have it right. Like, I just put them in order, and maybe that's not what you're supposed to do. That you got a little bit more deciphering before that's actually a useful clue. Because I'm not seeing anything in the office that we can interact with. A low clue, like, I'm thinking low, like low to the ground. But maybe I'm totally off on the wrong foot, thinking about that. Maybe there was something behind the desk that we didn't... we've obviously done this with the safe. The safe mystery has been accounted for. Okay, I think I need to think about the clue from the... We've certainly gotten some new clues, that is for sure. I think the only thing to do, though, now our resources are in a pretty nice spot. So what we do is we continue from the kitchen, and we draft from there. And we probably just buy everything in the kitchen, because the sale and the coupon book, we just get all the steps right now. Don't worry about getting a salt shaker for later. Just get all those steps so you can maneuver all the way through. Now, the bananas are 1. Are they actually going to be free? They're free! Oh my god, the bananas are free! That's bananas! Yes, I went there. Because I'm playing Blueprints, goddammit. And I get to do funky stuff with... Oh, the sale actually shows here on the fridge. Ahoy! Bananas. I don't know why I'm turning on the faucet. Just it's there, and it's a thing that I can do, so I did it. And this game is just... I'm not going to say it again. It's ridiculous how fun this game is. I hope I have enough brain power to make it through the draft. Let's keep drafting. There's a laboratory. Okay, we get to do our experiments after all, guys. So, I might not need these 6 keys. I don't know yet, but I think I'm definitely taking a laboratory here. The cloister is still not... I don't want to spend 3 of my 6 gems on a cloister. And I have plenty of keys now, so I don't need a hallway. So, laboratory. Boom! And let's see what that experiment gets us. Our metal detector is not sounding off. We have a security door there, which is cool. Maybe we'll get a security door experiment. God damn it. I swear, every stinking time that we get this next 3 times, you open a locked trunk. I've already opened 2 of them. Why does this always happen to me? God damn. For each bedroom you draft after your second, we've not drafted a single bedroom yet. Whenever you draft an archived floor plan, we did not pick up the archives, but there's a good chance that we still pick up the archives because of the Southern Cross. So we could, the effects are ones that we like. Set your steps to 40, set your dice to 2, and spread dirt on the driveway. We have not done the dirt on the driveway before. And knowing this game, it might be something that, it might be more than just, you know, getting turnips and getting coins and things like that. There could be a special key that you dig up by digging through the dirt on the driveway. Maybe there's a special key or some other item that you can only get by digging the dig sites on the driveway. So it could be in our best interest to just do that one, because if we continually ignore it, then we're never going to get that one crucial piece of information or crucial item to open up, you know, Her Ladyship's Chamber's diary. Something like that. The question is, what's going to proc the most often for us? If we look at our floor plans again here, what did I draft? Oh, that's right. I drafted a workshop through the boiler room. So there's a workshop there for us to... Well, we have a laboratory, so the duct system is back online. There's a very good chance that we would get an archives right here and now with the Southern Cross. So we could... Probably the easiest one to trigger is going to be the archived floor plans. But that is going to mean that we're picking in the dark all the time. And potentially deadening ourselves when we don't really want to. Let's try it, though. If nothing else, we'll have fun. Similar to drafting a shit ton of starfish aquariums. That was pretty fun. Even if it was just, even if it was not like the optimal way to go in a draft, but what is an optimal draft? I can foresee that picking the archived floor plan, we just might pick every single dead end that just immediately stops our draft in its tracks. But at the same time, the Southern Cross is in effect, so that's not quite as likely. What could happen is we end up picking like a weight room when we don't want it, which maybe means we should set our steps to 40 just to be safe. But I want to do this spread dirt on the driveway when we've got a shovel. Oh, but the problem is a jackhammer. The problem is a jackhammer, but we don't have to make a jackhammer right away. We don't necessarily have to make a jackhammer on the spot. We could, like the burning glass, wait until the end to make a jackhammer. But we also don't know for sure what the jackhammer does. And we might, this is a toughie. I'm going to do it though. I'm going to do it because I do want to make a jackhammer, but I'm probably going to wait until we've spread at least some dirt on the driveway and dug up that dirt. Wait to do that. Because I want to spread some dirt. I want to see exactly what this does. We've never done it before. And I think the best way for us to get it going is to go for an archives. On a day when we got the Southern Cross and we've got the duct system, we should get our hands on an archives here and be able to get the dirt flowing. This is such a weird experiment that I wouldn't, definitely not, if you'd had me guess before today, what's your experiment going to be today? I never would have picked this one. Never in a million years. We're going to start it. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but we're starting it. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, but we have a security door, and the only thing to do is to draft, right? We can always go out through the house to draft through the foundation as well. And yeah, but we want to get our hands on an archives as soon as possible. So hopefully this is just an archives and all our, there it is. We've got it. Game plan online. Oh, this could go so wrong. Hopefully security doors will help us be able to see the light through the archived floor plan, shrouding our vision. But this is going to be something. All right, my metal detector's going off. I got some coins. That's good. This is going to be a thing. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but it's going to be a thing. And we do have another security door here up to rank 5. Let's just draft rank 4 though. And this would be an okay place to put a dead end if we have to. But the problem is, will there be a dead end? Will there actually be a dead end here? There is a dead end there. We could take a furnace. But there's an archived floor plan. Aha! And I think we can say this is not a weight room. Because the Great Hall is not a rare. It's an unusual. And so I don't think the game sorts higher rated rooms, higher rarity rooms. It would not put a rare to the left of the Great Hall. I think like I've had some crazy theories about the way that rooms have been aligned and the way that they're sorted before, but I feel like the rarity one is a pretty hard and fast rule. The furnace is a rare, it's to the right of the Great Hall. This is no rarer than unusual, whatever's behind this archive floor plan here. It doesn't cost us any gems. So it could be a dark room, right? A dark room is probably a pretty likely candidate, given the duct system. And we want to spread dirt on the driveway. So I am going to go ahead and take the archived floor plan here. Oh. We got a corridor. All right. A corridor that points to nowhere. Do I even want to take the chance that there's an item in here? We do have a metal detector today. And I think we should be good on steps. So we'll take the chance that maybe there's a key or some coins. But all right, some dirt has been spread. We're digging up the dirt, spread it on the driveway. I guess I just will keep drafting through the archives, right? I guess we just keep on going as opposed to going back out through the foundation, because we might just connect directly to the foundation. And then why would I be silly enough to use all my steps there? Oh dear, that's a casino. A casino, you say? A casino has gold. It has 15 gold. I do like that. There's also an archived floor plan that is a standard. That doesn't narrow it down very much. But it would be more dirt on the driveway. But I think in order to make sure that we get into the foundation, just so I'm not spending the steps to go all the way around and ride the elevator up, I think we're supposed to take either a parlor or a casino here. The other fun thing about the casino is we do have the broken lever. If for some reason we ended up not making... Wait, do we have a broken lever? It's in the workshop. I haven't picked it up, but it's in the workshop. If for some reason we weren't going to make a jackhammer, then we could play the golden slot machine and we could just get, I don't know, a whole bunch of coins to put in the shrine, assuming that it's a winning expected value from that machine. But I don't think I'm going to do that. But I still do want the coins. The coins, if nothing else, that you pick up, the 15 from the casino, is good. But that's also 3 gems in the parlor. And we're only at 5 gems right now. I think the responsible pick is the parlor. On a day when we've got the Southern Cross and also the buff from the Solarium, we may never see the parlor again. I think we've got to be responsible here and take this room to make sure our gem count stays as healthy as possible. I want those coins. I'm hoping the casino will come back around to me, but I think this is the right thing to do. So we'll take the wind-up key and hopefully get our game going here. Oh yeah, and there's the dig sites in the foundation I forgot about. A box next to this box contains gems, as in this one here. So this could be true, this could be false. Both boxes next to this box contain gems. That's clearly false because there's only one gem containing box. So this one says a box next to this box is true. And I assume what we're talking about here is the black box is next to the white box. It's not next to the blue box, right? And similarly, the blue box is next to the white box, but not the black. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. That's got to be what they mean, right? So this is clearly false, because this is clearly false. So that means that this has to be true. So the white box contains the gems, right? That one I was nervous about. I was definitely a little more nervous than the average parlor game. But we got there nonetheless. Logic prevails once again, undefeated. All right, dig spots. I could use some coins. You want to be friendly to me? Why are these dig sites? Why do they hate me today? Because I didn't make a detector shovel. They're out of spite. Ah, there we go. Fueled coins. 3. Yes. That's good. Okay, so now I probably draft out to the west, but oh, I do have a security door here. That's good. So we draft to the west and we see what we get. But I'm not like, I do want a garage, but I'm also a little bit. I do want to draft all the rooms as well. So let's just see what they offer us here. We have one set of dice to re-roll with, but let's see what we get. Okay, they actually don't even offer us the the garage. So this might be our gamba. A walk-in closet and regular closet would both be okay, but if I could, I would like to be able to draft both up and down along the west wing. So so this standard room is probably our like, it could be a utility closet, or it could be a terrace, but it could also be a dining room. So I think we take the archive floor plan here and take a shot. It could also be a West Wing Hall. West Wing Hall is another option. So I think I definitely go with the archive here, and we get our experiment procced. And, ooh, we get a boudoir, but it points in the wrong direction. Okay, so we miss out on that room in rank 4. No big deal. It is one less shot at the garage, but there's a very good shot that we get the garage through the boudoir. We will go into the boudoir because we do have a sleeping mask. And we get a gem, of course. And now we get 2 dice. I think this is our first time in the boudoir after upgrading it. So good. 3 dice is way better than 1. It's 3 times as good. Okay, now I would be happy to pick up a garage because we have our car keys. Car keys for the win. Yes, that's a gallery. That is a gallery. We could take a gallery and 2 more gems and also say that, hey, the garage could also show up at rank 7. Wouldn't be a bad way to go. Because the gallery is much less likely to show up again. And I think the garage is almost guaranteed to show up again on the west wing. I don't think I'm coming close to trying to guess what's in the gallery. I have no new ideas to try, but it's 2 gems, right? More gems, more better. I think it's the right play. I think we take the gallery here, and then I may need to spend a die to reroll, but I feel like there's a there's a key here as well. I feel like there's a very good chance that we get the garage. If not just through the gallery, we, 2 more shots while we're on the west wing at the higher ranks. Oh my god, it's a vault. Okay, well now I have to take a vault. Shit. That garage will have to wait. Because the vault is so many coins. I can't pass up a vault. I just took two gems from a gallery, and I want to buff up my shrine. So the vault is like the dream building, the dream floor plan to go in conjunction with a shrine. We're required to do it. We have to. I have no choice. I cannot pass a vault. I cannot do it to myself. I'm not gonna wait for a coin purse. We're taking the coins and running. Metal detector going into a frenzy, as it loves to do in this room. And all those coins thrown into my pockets, and the metal detector's still going off. Because what else we got here? What else did I miss? What else is... There's a key hiding somewhere. It's gotta be, right? More coins on the floor. Look at that. The vault is just overflowing today. I think now we've figured out what the information from the vault is supposed to give us, because the 2 passports, there are 2 passports that are either compromised or deceased, and there's 1 passport that was not, and that was the one that let us log into using the admin key in the grotto. However, there could still be something with this. There's these little these blank spaces on this 1 passport that have like an I and a D. I think we now know this to be a D, a capital D, based on the other handwriting we've seen from our mother, but I still have no idea what this means. Is it related to like the cipher puzzle that we have now from A New Clue? Maybe? Maybe? Do I have any... I don't think I have any brain power today to devote to the gallery. We'll see if we circle back around here at some point, but I can't... I don't have it. There's too much other stuff to think about. So what we think about now is trying to get us a bunch of doors. This is one where I don't really want to take a Gamba option out the foundation, because otherwise we're done. Which it would be okay, right? We have 60 coins, which is like a perfect amount to go throw into the shrine. If we were done at this point, I'd be a little bit sad, because we haven't yet got our hands on a battery, and I do want to make a jackhammer. But it wouldn't be like the end of the world. Oh god. Oh god. 2 dead ends and a Gamba. I think I got a redraw here. Because I don't want to take the chances on the Gamba. We've got the Southern Cross, but I don't want to take the chance. Because this could be an elbow that points to the left. I don't want to take the chance. I've got 3 dice. This is where we make sure that we get a room that works for us. Like the Rotunda? I guess that qualifies here. This is why I picked up the gems in the gallery and the parlor, so I could afford a Rotunda. I don't think I want to take a Great Hall, but we do have a metal detector to help us deduce which rooms have what, but I only have 4 keys. I don't love the idea of spending those in the Great Hall. So I think I spend the gems on the Rotunda because we have them. Let's take it, and then we get to rotate the rooms that we draft out of the Rotunda to get us as many doors as possible. So let's do it. Rotate. And then I guess this is going to give us access to drafting. Yeah, let's just draft up through the higher rank, because maybe I still want to get a garage. So let's see if we can shoot for the West Wing to get our hands on a garage still. Okay, there's a secret passage. And then we could take a green room. A green room, and we would take the cloister to get us the most rooms possible. Or the most doors possible. But we could settle for a courtyard. It's probably the secret passage plus a green room. Just to get us as many doors as we can. The other option is you could take a red room and try to get another archives. Because you've already got one archive, so why not get another and just take all the doors for free? But there's a little bit problematic there because of already having the archive floor plan. You might not be able to deduce, you know, if the floor plan, if the archive is on the right, the archived floor plan that is, if it's on the right and on the left, you've only got like the lavatory and the dark room, or the chapel and the dark room, then you could have an archives on the far right, or you could have a weight room, or you could have a furnace. Like, the red room thing could go very wrong. So when you're in the middle of the house like this, the safe bet is to take the green room, I think. It's just going to cost us a shit ton of gems, right? We spend a gem on the secret passage, we spend 3 on a cloister, which is probably why I should take the courtyard if I can help it. I guess the aquarium is going to get offered to us, right? The aquarium gets thrown in the mix. So we don't have to spend all our gems on a cloister. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the secret passage. I think that is fine by me. And we will go ahead and draft this first because I want to just get a garage. If nothing else happens today, at this point, we've spread some dirt. And we'll get to spread a little bit more dirt no matter what because we still have one more room out of the rotunda. And assuming, well, gem costs and stuff like that could get in our way. I think, though, this is a pretty easy green room as opposed to hallway. Is it ever a hallway? No, I think I want the green room because you also have dig sites, right? We get a courtyard for dig sites, so we take the green room. I want it. Use a key. Okay. Yo. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whoa. I totally forgot this was a possibility. We just hit the jackpot, ladies and gentlemen. Holy fucking shit. We got the freebie cloister because this is how the secret passage works. Totally slipped my mind that you've got aquarium and courtyard and cloister, and that's basically it when you're not on the wings. So one of those has to be free because that's how the secret passage works. What? That's amazing, dude. That is absolutely amazing. I think we're taking this. The courtyard is cool still because it does profit us a gem. It does profit us a gem, but we have a chance now to add to our allowance using the cloister. It's actually still a decision, I think, because these courtyard doors are in a good spot for us. They would allow us to get theoretically 2 shots at drafting a garage. And we still have the door from the rotunda going out into the rest of the house. So we don't need this Cloister of Lydia to get us the door that goes to the east. So the courtyard technically does get us an additional gem, and maybe that makes it worth taking here. Because we do already have 60 coins, we've got a 30 allowance. We've got 30 coins in our allowance. Adding 2 more is good, but it's not like a major priority. Okay, I do think this is somewhat close between the cloister and the courtyard, but come on. It's a free cloister. How often do you see that? Yeah, I know the terrace exists, but come on, how often do you see it at the secret passage? We're taking a cloister. We're doing it. We're doing it, and then we're taking our digs. There's 4 dig sites here. Let's go. Give me all of those pebbles. Wait, can I not? Hold on here. Hold on. Am I? Oh, it's. Wait, did I already press the thing on? What? I didn't think that I pressed the switch on the left side, but apparently I did. Okay, well, there you go. Dig, dig, dig time. Yeah, rock. Give me those rocks. Give me those pebbles. Let's fuck. Oh, it's a turnip. Oh, all right. I do need some steps because eventually we're hopefully we're making a jackhammer. I'm hoping we do, but we got to get our hands on a battery first. Hopefully we get to do that, and then maybe who knows where we're going to be going on the estate. Okay, we do get a security door here to the west. This is the first one we draft to see if we can get that garage. I want to lock down the garage one way or the other. That's a 3 gem room over here at rare. And there's also a closed exhibit. Oh, shit. Okay, I think we're taking the closed exhibit, but I do want to... Okay, that threw me off because I was thinking if we don't get a garage, we're going to re-roll. But now we've got a closed exhibit. That's a new room. This game is ridiculous how it has so many fun decisions to make and it pulls you in so many different directions. Oh, the rare room is an attic, isn't it? Ooh, that's an attic. Shit. It's an attic. We've had the attic actually quite a bit recently, haven't we? Closed exhibit versus attic. Wow. That's actually kind of a choice. Although I don't think we've seen the battery show up in the attic. So I want items, and the attic does usually pay for itself. But I also really, really, really want a battery. So if I took the attic here, I would be counting on getting through the upper door in the cloister and angling to the left and having one last shot at a garage. But if I take the closed exhibit, I know for sure that I'm going to be drafting that corner room. Which I presume can be a garage, but we've never drafted a garage this high up. I don't think. I think we have to take the new room. We have to take it, right? It's a new room. And it still gives us another chance at a garage. And when we have 2 dice. So let's take the new room. Let's check it out. And that also gives us the flexibility of being able to draft a locksmith or maybe a dead-end shop here at the cloister without worrying about angling to the west wing. But here we go. Closed exhibit. There's an allowance token here. Oh shit, that's awesome. Does that mean there is an upgrade disc somewhere as well? We still have, what, 4 upgrade discs to find? There's a note. And we have the cutout security guards here, which is a great touch. And then we have the crown. It's not a very fancy looking crown, but it is for display purposes only. Just to practice the ins and outs of your Ocean's 11 roleplay. Okay, we'll check out the allowance token in a moment. Let's read the note. Pharaoh. Dearest children, the pieces are in place, and all rigid cogs have been greased. However, if our ambitious plans are to succeed, we must strike this Tuesday. The routine changing of guard personnel on the first of each month means the opportunity we have created for ourselves will likely never be so opportune. If we wait even 1 additional week, the window will be closed. On Tuesday, there will be 3 royal guards stationed at Learson Hall, 2 of which will be wearing black gloves in lieu of the traditional white. We would be wise to sacrifice black, a nod to Arindia, right? We would be wise to sacrifice almost everything to avoid the white-gloved guard, striking only when he takes a recess. The 2 black-gloved guards have been instructed to bind, blind, and gag themselves. To spare us the precious extra minutes it would take your group to execute that task on their behalf. So I think we read before. Where did we read it? But it was last time that we read information about the fact that the guards, they had some on the inside, right? They had some moles, some inside job guards working on their behalf. How is that going to work? How are the logistics of... obviously, one of them can gag, blind, and bind the other, but then how does the second guy do that to himself? He'd have to be very... maybe have some handcuffs or something like that. Anyway, Cat Laser Brain getting distracted on how these poor inside job security guards are going to handle their end of this bargain. However, that also means that once we reach the exhibit, we will truly be on our own. May the black shores guide us. May the black skies shield us. May our fathers be proud of us. In arms, your faithful soldier, Pharaoh. That was a name that was scribbled on the map or the museum brochure that was in the safe house. So Pharaoh is the 4th of the accomplices here. So they had their one small little opening here with the scheduling and the guards, and they had to take it. Otherwise, all bets are off. Wow. This game is so cool. I just love it. Okay, I don't remember how black squares work. Now I do. They cycle left to right. Okay. The red squares turn other black squares into red. And I assume, well... And then what do orange do? Orange do nothing? Oh, that affects all of the black squares. Wait, so what do orange do again? What do the orange do? Oh, it's majority rule, isn't it? Isn't it? So that means that, yeah, it's a majority rule thing. So if I go like this, that means I can turn that into black. But this is a Fen Aries, right? This is a pentagon. So I need to get everything to be red. But that's actually not, that shouldn't be that hard. If we are, if we do it like this, and then we do like we did before, like, should we not be able to just turn everything either black or red? If we do this just, this actually should be relatively straightforward, because now we do this, and then we do this and this. That's a pretty easy one, actually, I think. Cool. All right. That one, most of the Morajai boxes have been like this. It's that one stinker that was in, I think, the Fen Aries. Maybe it was the Arinda Aries sigil room, whichever sigil room that was. That took me like a freaking hour to do. That was the brainbuster. Okay, we no longer have symmetrical allowance and stars, but that will change soon enough because we have 2 observatories and we have starfish aquariums. So just wait around long enough and they'll be right back in tune, at least for a little bit. That is totally the detail that matters in this moment as I begin to draft upward towards my last chance at a garage. No garage here. They're giving us a trophy room if we wanted to get the 3 gem profit. I don't think we're taking a reading nook. I feel like this is just a redraw. This is my last shot at a garage, and I really want to make a jackhammer. And I don't feel thrilled about any of these. So I think this is just a redraw. This is where I spend my dice. I spend my dice here, and that's what we do. Or I at least spend one of them. Oh, a treasure trove, you say? There's also probably a garage here. Well, probably. I don't know. What are the chances? It's a 1 gem room at unusual. That still does not narrow it down too much, does it? But we're in a corner. So it does narrow it down somewhat, but it's not... We still have the servants' quarters, we have the locksmith, and we have the clock tower that are all options. But those are not bad options. I think it's a little late for the Lucky Rabbit's Foot. I think we're taking the archive floor plan here because this is, I think, our chance at garage. I would love the treasure trove because more gold for our shrine is good. But I think I want to take a shot at a garage. And if I have to settle for one of those other... Like a locksmith is not a thrilling option to me. A clock tower is okay. We do have a morning room already. A servant's quarters would also be fine. Also, that's a place that we could spread gold to with the office. I think this is my shot, though. We take the shot at the garage. This is our educated guess here. And we live with what we get. Oh my god! I completely forgot about the possibility of a classroom. Okay. Not what I was hoping for. Interesting. That's a classroom. Okay. Yeah, the classroom is in our pool now, and I had not updated my spreadsheet yet to reflect that it is a rare room. Rare, unusual. I apologize if I said rare before. We'll take our apple, because it's extra delicious today. Oh my god! That got buffed twice, didn't it? So the farmer's apple buff stacks. Plus 8 steps from an apple. Yo. Does this magnifying glass help me with any of these color worksheets? Have we looked at this before? Does the color worksheet, is it super helpful to my, do I need to, I feel like I do want to take another set of screenshots here because we have 3 flags. And now that we're looking at them again, I think these are... I'm going to pull up my screenshots from last time where we had the history of Arinda Ares. Or sorry, the history of Arindia. There's a difference between Arindia and Arinda Ares, isn't there? Well, in any case, what I'm noticing is these shapes on these flags. They go along with some of our sigil rooms, don't they? They go along with some of these regions. Like this mountain is Arch Ares. And then the hourglass, actually the hourglass is a Raja. I think I might have been saying it was Morajai before, but it's a Raja. I don't know about this this little boomerang symbol. That one we probably need Realm and Rune for. But I'm wondering, can we find... I didn't screenshot every single student here. I'm wondering if this is the clues on these coloring sheets are supposed to give us the correct colors for each of these flags. We had one that was 10 out of 12 here. What was wrong with this one? All of the non-flag objects here seem correct. I'm not sure about lizard. Do we have any of these, though? Do we have any of the worksheets that are a perfect score? Did anybody get like an A+? This one's 9 out of 10. Sorry, 9 out of 12. This was 10 out of 12, and they got docked because they put a red lizard. Each color's only used twice. I might be able to use some process of elimination here to figure out exactly what these colors and flags, how they're supposed to line up. But I'm also not going to do that at the moment. I've taken my screenshots here, but I don't want to spend the brain power to try to figure out that puzzle at the moment. I will check that out at a later date. I don't think there's anything else to do in the first classroom. The first grade classroom, that is. And so we move on. I am just double and triple checking, though, to make sure that I have indeed found everything in the classroom. I think we have at this point. So, okay, so now we can draft this other door here and maybe get a shop. Maybe. A casino is perfect. That is just mwah, picture perfect. It uses 3 of our gems, 2 of our 3 gems. So now we kind of need some gems. But I take the casino because it's more gold and it is more allowance. I can't pass that up. Cannot resist. Give me that allowance and give me those coins. I want. Now we did not, here's the thing, we did not get a garage. So there's no car keys that gets us a battery. So we don't get to make a jackhammer after all. I was greedy, right? I had my shot. I could have taken it at the gallery. So does that mean, well, the thing is, I didn't pick up the broken lever. So I can't even use the broken lever here at the casino right now to gamba, even if I wanted to. So there's nothing to do. We're not doing a roulette spin, are we? Or am I spending 20 of my gold to take a roulette spin because maybe I need the keys? Not the keys, but the gems. 4 gems is one of the rewards. This might be worth it, because this also has an allowance token that we could... this is one way. I don't necessarily need to spend all 75 of my coins, because I'm still going to be spreading coins from the office, hopefully. Okay, I was considering doing the roulette spin for gems, but I think we wait on that, because we can still get gems from the laundry room. So I was taking a few minutes here to think through my steps, how I'm going to sequence this. What I think we do is we go back and we spread gold. We then go and we make a detector shovel. We pick up whatever gold we can along the way. We go outside and we dig up with our detector shovel all of these, the dirt that has been spread on the driveway, wherever that is on the grounds. I'm not exactly sure where that is yet. We get all that gold, and then most of it we go and we deposit at the shrine. And then we take whatever's left over and we take it to the laundry room and we do a swap of gold for gems. That's where we get our gems for the rest of our draft. And then with our detector shovel, we should be able to pick up enough gold along the way to eventually get us like a 20 gold spin at the casino, or whatever other gold sink pops up along the way. So let's start by going and spreading gold. And we can do that gold spreading just as early as the laboratory, because we actually have the office, and we can log into the network. Another thing I have to think about here is the fact that we can we have the ability to trigger these shelters still, potentially. We need a couple more triggers on our experiment is the deal. But that is something that's on the table as a use for our grotto, because we've drafted all the other terminal rooms. So something to think about. But office it is, and then we can also check our security terminal to see how much gold we've spread. We're living in the 20th century here in 1993 or whatever what year it is. The technological innovations of the time that we are taking advantage of. We're not running payroll. We just spread the gold. Not running any payroll just yet. Maybe not at all today. State inventory. We've spread 23 coins. Yo, wait a second. There is, I know about the broken lever, but there is one paper crown. Excuse me? Okay, well, we obviously have to re-examine the closed exhibit now, because that apparently is an inventory item. Are you serious? I didn't think I could even get behind the rope. Maybe I gave up too easily. Or maybe there's a secret. There is something that needs to be done to get around the rope. We got to look at the closed exhibit again. Okay, we'll check it out when we get back up to that rank. Some coins right away in the kitchen. Love to see it. More coins in the commissary. That makes 8. Actually, I take that back. That is 9. We've already bought everything at the commissary, but we have picked up 9 of our 23 coins. And the metal detector's going off again, so we've got another 2. That's 11 of 23. Nice. And the metal detector, I think, goes off because of the broken lever here in the workshop. No coins or keys. So now we make our detector shovel, I think. We'll just double check to see if there's anything else, any other combinations that we haven't seen yet. We've done metal detector plus magnifying glass. Of course, that does the burning glass. And of course, the shovel combines to make the dowsing rod. As expected, nothing else to do. No other new inventions to make. So shovel plus metal detector gets us that detector shovel for a second time. I think that's what I want. When we have so much digging to do on the driveway, that's what we want. Even though it's not a new contraption, we take it. Because it's a good one. It's a good one. We probably, you know, with a detector shovel, we might end up just having enough keys, no matter what, to be able to do, unlock all the doors. So the shelter is probably not necessary. May not be necessary. Oh, they're right here. There it is. Okay, well, that's nice. I don't have to go hunting down, because the driveway, you know, it could have meant, like, you know, the path that actually leads from the garage out over here on the west wing. But they're just here, right in front of the house. That makes everything very, very nice. And there's a lot of dirt here. There is certainly, we're getting, oh my gosh. Maybe I should have done this with a regular shovel first, because I actually don't want this many keys. I want coins. I want coins. Is it real? Oh my god, is this really going to do this to me? Every single one of these is going to be keys? Did I do this wrong? It says a greater chance of finding keys and coins, but literally every single one is a key. I don't need this. I mean, I guess I probably might need it, but I kind of don't at the same time. I want coins, man. I want coins, please. And then, of course, the only one that's not a key is an old tin can. I mean, we're here now. We're doing whatever we get. There we go. Okay, so we get how many? 4 coins from that? That's good. All right. Finally get some coins. Old rusty nail. Please give me some more coins. Old tin can. Wow. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to deposit 70 coins. That'll leave us with 20. I kind of wanted to do that, right? I wanted to be able to deposit. 90 was kind of the number I was aiming for, which we did get there. So we'll check. Let me just make sure I dug up everything here. I'm glad they don't make us go hunting for these. I will, though, just double check since we're going over here to the shrine, I will just double check the actual driveway. Oh, except I can't go that way because I didn't draft the garage. Okay, well, the point is moot. Good. We know how that works now. And it does appear like as though they work like any other dig sites. But that's fine. I think 70 is a good number here because that gets us, if I understand how this works, we should get 8 days out of this buff. And that's kind of perfect. When you have 8 outer rooms, you can basically just draft every other outer room one time before you have to draft another shrine. That's kind of how my neat, Aladdin coloring contest brain wants to work with the shrine. So I think that's what we're going to do. It's going to be 70. Pile up that wonderful gold stacking sound. Since I don't know of a faster way to do this, feel free to tell me. I'm opening the door if there is a faster way. If there's some other combination of arrow keys or something that I'm supposed to press in order to get a faster rolling of the numbers in the shrine offering. But I think 70 is what I want to do. So this should get us 8 days. I think this is how this works, right? It's 0 to 9 for 1, 10 to 19 for 2, and so on. So 70 to 79 for 8 days, I think is how this should work. And then that leaves us 20 coins to go to the laundromat. We'll get 15 gems because we'll spend 5 coins. And so 15 of them will turn into gems. And then we'll be left with 1 gold. But that's fine because we're going to be picking up gold with our detector shovel as well as the gold that's been spread from the office. And that will probably get us a 20 gold casino spin. I think everything will work out just fine here. Boom. Show me my new buff. The blessing is lasting 7 days. Okay. So I didn't quite understand how it worked, but oh boy. We've received the blessing of the gardener. Oh dear. Okay. 8 courtyards have been added to your drafting pool. Good thing we drafted that cloister when we could. Because we're going to get as many courtyards as we can get our hands on. It's perfect to go with our detector shovel today. So, all right. Well, we got to try all the buffs. So, our next 7 days. So the buff didn't quite work the way that I thought it did, or at least or maybe there's a cap. Maybe the maximum amount of days that you can get from the shrine is 7. Don't tell me for sure. That's not something I want to know. But yeah, we can test that out maybe with an 80 gold offering on some other day. But we're going to have a blessing of the gardener to play with for a while. So green rooms, anyone? Did anybody say green rooms? Hello? Hello? Does that mean we change our special order to a shovel? That might be a smart thing. It could be a smart move. But at the same time, shovels show up in courtyards naturally sometimes. So it might just work out fine no matter what. I am going to the laundry room. So one last time here, the only little small decision was, am I going to go to the morning room in the solarium? I don't think so. I don't think I want to spend the extra steps because now I am down to 33 steps. And yeah, we need to be conscious of that. So we're just going to go to the laundry room and get the gems that we need to finish our draft. And hopefully we'll have enough steps here to get us across the finish line. We don't have to go back out to the shrine now. That's taken care of. All we do is coins for gems. Do it. This game is so much fun. I'm sure that's only the first time I've said that. This game is just ridiculously fun. And apparently there's also a paper crown for us to pick up. What the fuck? What in the world is this game? Should I actually go out to... I should actually go out to the... to ride the elevator in the foundation. Wouldn't that save me a couple steps? I think it does, actually. So let's do that. Let's go through the foundation. Because we got our keycard access. Not to the morning room. Not that way. Don't need to go that way. I'm definitely at that point in the draft, though, where I have no brain power left to think about new clues. I'm glad we've documented what we have with the new clue. Hopefully Hopefully, I don't... Like, I'm worried that I might need to, like, re-examine some of these books. And knowing how the library works, where you've got to, like, you got to make the book request, and then you got to draft it again on a second day. Like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to just get your hands on a book in the first place. So having to re-examine it, it might be something I have to do. It might be something that I need to actually do in order to progress in this game, because I've missed things before, and maybe I've missed clues in the books that we've read already. I've taken lots of screenshots, but I can't say definitively that I've examined them all with the magnifying glass. At least the way that they need to be examined, but that is a concern for another day. All we have to worry about right now is just moving forward with the remainder of this draft. The remainder of the draft, which we have plenty of keys for and plenty of gems for, so we can do it all, right? We can just do it all. So we will start here in the rotunda. And, oh, it's already pointed to the right, so perfect. Let's do it. See what we get. Yeah, I got keys. I got keys for days, which means I don't need a locksmith. And maybe I take a Great Hall. Yeah, I mean, a Great Hall is fine-ish. It's fine-ish. I don't think I want to sell for an archive floor plan here, and I don't think I want to redraw. This is why we dug up a whole bunch of coins out in the courtyard. In the driveway. I will go ahead and accept the Great Hall here, but I'm not going to draft through it yet. We will, because I do want to re-examine this closed exhibit, and we can also draft through the cloister. So let's, hopefully we'll pick up some more steps here along the way to make things easier on us. But I'm going to save... We have so many keys, we shouldn't have a problem navigating up through the higher ranks. We want to get a master bedroom if we can help it. This is, you know, always a goal now until we have rechecked the master bedroom with the magnifying glass. So hopefully we can make it over to the east wing and take some shots at that. Metal detector here in the... Oh, there's some coins here on the secret passage I just completely passed on by. Hopefully... I mean, we should have enough gems, but those could have been some coins that I just ran right through the secret passage. I'm surprised the metal detector did not pick that up. So, okay. But we head to the closed exhibit again. Oh, there's even more stuff here in the cloister. What? Did I did go through here, did I not? Am I crazy? How? Oh, never mind. I'm a dingus. I spread gold from the laboratory. We spread gold from the laboratory. So yes, I ran back through here, but the metal detector, the gold hadn't been spread yet, you absolute smart person. Okay, so that was part of the plan, was to pick up that gold on the way back. How am I supposed to pick this up? Jump! I mean, obviously, if this were real life, this would be no problem. I could just lean right over and pick this thing up. But the paper crown is listed on the inventory. And so, is there something in this room? Is there something here? There are brick walls, I'm noticing. There are brick walls. Is there ever a world? Is this like the greenhouse, kind of? Where... you could somehow break through, if you had a power hammer, you could break through this brick wall, but from the other side, a la the Foundation. Like we had the Foundation elevator access that you have to get by putting a room that has a doorway facing here. If I were to later on draft the closed exhibit out somewhere where I could put a door behind it with another room, could I break through this brick wall? That's the only thing that I can think of right now that allows me to access that paper crown. And that paper crown, what would I use that for? What? Does that unlock a new ending by going to room 46? Because now I'm the king? Or I'm the Red Prince? Except aren't I supposed to be the Blue Prince? Because that's the name of the game? Obviously, as I always say, don't tell me. Do not let me know. But that is interesting to think about. Okay, I'm going to use a key here at the cloister, and we're going to see. Maybe I would take a locksmith here or a showroom. Okay, that's a showroom, and that's more allowance. We have plenty of gems, and we might even be able to afford something in the showroom. So I take it. I'm pretty sure I take it. I do want steps at some point. I need more bedrooms and procs from my sleeping mask. It's really too bad we couldn't get our hands on that car trunk, because that would have been a maybe a secret garden key to get us some more fruit. But we're close to ending this draft anyways. So this is a showroom, and the showroom does not get the benefit of the sale, but that's still... Oh, there's a new item here. We still get the proc to our allowance. Thank you, Lydia. But there's a new item, a silver spoon. Whenever you gain steps from eating, gain twice that many steps. Damn. Little late. But we could still get a dining room. Huh. Twice as many steps. Is that worth 30 coins to get us 30 more steps from our dining room? I guess it would actually be 40 more steps because we have a lunch pail in the dining room. That's assuming we get a dining room. And I don't really think that we have that much more walking to do around the house today. So what we would really be in the market for here would probably be the chronograph to get us some tomorrow rooms. So if we manage to get our gold back up to 30, then we can decide whether we want to do that versus spinning it all away at the roulette wheel. But let's keep drafting through the showroom. We're here at rank 8, so we were running into... Ooh, I guess I'll take a chapel. Break open the piggy bank to access the showroom goods. I don't think it's a day to open the piggy bank, but I might just take the chapel for... I mean, if nothing else, it's a gold sink. And it does get us 2 more doors. That's really what I would be taking it for. Because I don't want a ballroom when I have so many gems left. I think a chapel here is acceptable. Yeah, I don't think I need to spend a die here. Chapel it is. And I think I will go ahead and draft through the chapel. Let's draft through the chapel. And we might end up banking all our coins at Mr. Piggy Bank. Mr. Tithekeeper. Rank 9 first, I think. Well, it might depend on... I might just draft the door that's not locked. Assuming any of them are not locked. Both of them are locked. So I guess rank 9 it is. I have 7 keys left, and we have 10 rooms left to draft. As well as there's the Great Hall. So, like, a locksmith would not be a crazy pickup. You know, even though we only have 5 coins, we have the sale and we have the coupon book. So we could get some pretty cheap keys from the locksmith. But we're not desperate for it. 7 keys is still quite a bit. I think I want to do rank 9 because that is... I don't think it matters. But we want to get the corner room. 1 more shot at a conservatory. Let's go in this direction. That's kind of what I was hoping for. A trophy room is absolutely perfect. 3 additional gems. The archive floor plan here. Is this another attic? The solarium is online today. So 2 offerings at an attic is not crazy. Would it be anything other than an attic? It's not a cloister because we're up against a wall. Also, we already drafted the cloister. I think it's definitely an attic. I can't think of anything else that it would be. So, I don't know. Maybe. The thing is, I already said I wanted to get to the conservatory. So this gets us 3 gems, profit. This is what I want to do. The trophy room is how we go. It's what we do. And now I think I just keep drafting in this direction. Because now I want to spend my keys while I'm on the east wing. As long as it'll let me stay on the east wing. And if we're lucky, we just get a master bedroom ASAP. And then we have all the steps in the world that we need to draft whatever the rest, however much of the rest of the house we can draft. And we get to look at Mysteries of the Master Bedroom. It's really just the Red Prince book, I think. Although, I think I also remembered the fact that we have a plushie, a Swimbird plushie that we've added as a permanent feature there, aka Darebird trophy. So I guess we got to see what that's all about. I did want to check our count on our directory. We've done, it says complete the Mount Holly directory. I don't know if this means we have to draft all of these rooms. I think it just means we have to add them all to our directory. But we've kind of drafted all the ones that we've found anyways, haven't we? We have not drafted the tunnel yet. So there are at least 2 more rooms from the drafting studio to add. There is still 1 shop that we haven't drafted, and there's still 1 of the blue rooms, right? Room 8. And there's an achievement for drafting or solving the puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. There's a room 8 puzzle. So we're getting close. 6 more to go. Exciting. Oh, there is a trophy for buying out the entire showroom. Okay, I kind of forgot about that. So there's a reason there, even when you can't make use of the master key or the emerald bracelet, you still might just buy them all to get this trophy checked off at some point. Okay, good to think about. In the meantime, we've gotten our upgrade in the gem count. Nothing, the fancy zebra skin rug and it's not a leopard, but it's the cheetah skinned chairs. Good lord. Animal conservationists and PETA members, look away. Do not pretend we're never in this room. Let's see what we've got in the corner. Just pretend the trophy room doesn't happen. That's a treasure trove. Okay. I could take a treasure trove here. I could take it. I could take it. The conservatory, is that also a... Does it cost a gem? Does the conservatory cost a gem? I gotta check my floor plans now because they don't let you check it on this screen here, which is fine-ish, but I also want to know this information. The conservatory does cost a gem, and it is unusual. So the way things are sorted here, this could be a conservatory, but it could also be a lot of other things. Could it, though? Let me think about it. It could be a clock tower, could be a locksmith, could be a servant's quarters. Could not be an aquarium because of being in the corner. In terms of rare rooms, it could be none of them because we've already drafted a laundry room. So there's actually not too many possibilities here. So the treasure trove is great. It gets us a bunch of gold and also buffs the gold for future days. And it lets us keep drafting on the East Wing guaranteed to get us more shots at a master bedroom. But if we wanted to get the conservatory, this would be our last shot today to take a risk at getting that. I'll go ahead and settle on the treasure trove, though. I think it's the one that makes the most sense. I'm not going to take the risk on the archive floor plan here. The conservatory can wait for another day. It's fine. Let's make the progress, bank that progress with the treasure trove, and perhaps open up a trunk. We'll see. Let's get the gold, no matter what. We're getting down to enough keys here where, you know, it's not infinite. It's not infinite. We have no lockpick kit. And, you know, there's locked doors at every turn here. So let's at least see what we get through this direction. Well, if you wanna put keys to rest as a concern, then here you can do it. You can take a servant's quarters. It's a little late for the conference room once we've spread gold and we don't have any other spread options in our pool. No locker room or secret garden to be had. So we probably settle for the servants' quarters here. But the thing is, we would have to angle to the we do take it, though, I think, because we can get through. We've got both the chapel. We still have the Great Hall as well. So this is a good door for us. Although I just realized we only have, this is only our second bedroom. So the servants' quarters is not even that fantastic. It's only 2 keys, right? Because we didn't draft any aquariums. So I was just sort of taking it for granted that it had like 7 keys in it or something. That is not the case. Is it still the pick? I think it is because it also does get us a few steps. It's not a ton of steps, but it is some. So I think we just settle for the servants' quarters. Those 2 additional keys should be enough to get us through the rest of the rooms in the house. We just might not be able to open every door in the Great Hall. I'll settle for the servants' quarters. And, oh, look at that, we get running shoes. That probably solves all of our steps problems, whatever those may exist. But I feel like we're going to have more key problems than steps problems, if we have any at all. But that's cool. Okay. There's now new information from the library, the new clue, a new clue. This major that has been split vertically, or has been split in half as part of one of those magnifying glass accessed clues. I guess we didn't need the magnifying glass for that piece of information. I just realized this window is slightly ajar. Have I ever seen this before? Have I ever even looked out the window that's here in the servants' quarters? Or has it ever faced in this direction? I don't know if we've ever had this window facing the actual outside of the house. Can't do anything with it. There's no bird carrier pigeon that we can fly in and out of that ajar window. Okay, I have 6 keys now, though, so I guess I go ahead and I take the risk of opening this trunk, because I do want to, that's the other thing, we want to continue to gather the info here, even though I feel like oh. Okay, what the hell? This is a red note that's handwritten. This is our second handwritten red note of the day. One was in a book. Does that count? This one definitely counts, though, doesn't it? The previous box in this room contained a true statement. What? What was the previous box in this room? Let me check my screenshots. Well, let me check it real quick here. When was the last time I visited the treasure trove? Where was it? Where was it? It was, green memos in white boxes are always lies. Was that the one? Did I have one that was more recent than that? I think that's the most recent one that we've gotten from the treasure trove. Okay. I was kind of taking that as a true statement anyways because it was on a blue note. Why do we need this red note to confirm this for us? Ah, there's so much information to parse through. Okay, but we'll log that one away, screenshotted. And will that come in handy? Who the hell knows? When and if that will be useful to us. Another tide, though, donated away. Let's see if we can get ourselves back to the East Wing. A starfish aquarium will help us do that. It's also a bedroom, so we get more steps. So good. I think starfish aquarium, and we get another star. I would like to get a clock tower at some point, but not just yet, because I got more business to do. Am I ever taking the time... Oh, we can't afford anything in the showroom anyway, so I cannot... I was thinking about buying something in the showroom. That's not a choice. So we take a starfish aquarium, and we keep on drafting. And we also get another key. All right, keys should be... We should be set. There's a dig spot here as well, which is probably... not in this case, but there was a good chance that that was just going to be a key, because a detector shovel. Okay, another shot at the East Wing. Go. It's already unlocked. Oh, there's an archive floor plan for 2 gems. We have to take the shot here, right? We got plenty of gems. This could be a master bedroom. Is there any other... There are other possibilities. Music room is still out there. What else? We've already drafted the office, so that's no longer in the pool. I mean, we're just doing this. We're just taking it, because I think the only other thing it could be would be a music room. And so we take as many shots as we can to get a master bedroom. This is one of them. We go. It's a goddamn music room, you... Shit. Mother... We're on the East Wing. This thing is a common. How has it not appeared? Are you serious, game? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, am I even grabbing these keys? Do I even care about this bullshit? I guess I do, because I gotta see what keys are offered. There's a prism key. All right. So I guess somehow that might come in handy with, we get a bedroom into a master bedroom here. That could happen. It could be a thing. What the fuck, man? Why? That was supposed to be a master bedroom. I'm about to flip the table, guys. Because this master bedroom we made it common, and it's like, ha 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 ha. You thought you were gonna make me just appear at a moment's notice. I ain't nobody's. Oh yeah, and we have 8 courtyards in the pool as well. I forgot about that. Okay, so yeah, we're taking this so we can have another shot here at the east wing. We got 2 more chances. What the fuck? What the fuck is this bullshit? I'm starting to get a little bit saucy, mainly because we're in hour 4 of a draft, and so of course I'm gonna get a little bit on the Fruit Loops side of things. Let's dig up our dig sites first. And if I get a key in the process, I do not get a key, but I only have 4 rooms left. But I also have the Great Hall. Am I ever opening or not opening this trunk? I'm opening the trunk. Just open the goddamn trunk. Just freaking open it because it could be dice. It's coins. It's fine. So now there's a little bit of a decision here because maybe we want to go back and get a chronograph. But if we get a chronograph, that makes tomorrow rooms more likely, but it also means that means the master bedroom is less likely? Question mark? I think before I do that, I just draft through the east in the courtyard because I want to get the master bedroom. And then I can think about getting tomorrow rooms in these other places that are left to draft. Or I just use my coins at the casino for a 20 gold spin. I don't have to use the showroom. I don't have to buy a chronograph. Was the chronograph there? It was, wasn't it? There was 2 30 gold options. Yeah, I want to get this master bedroom, man. I want to get it. So we just draft here from the courtyard. What special keys do I have? Oh, prism key. I don't want to use a prism key. Definitely don't want to use a prism key. Right? We already drafted our morning room. So that's taken care of. Just a regular key. Why does the draft do this to me? Where is my freaking master bedroom? This thing, did I not make it? We checked the room directory last time. It's a common. I think I'm using my redraw here. Because I just don't need a locksmith. I don't need a gymnasium. I don't want to take any of these. None of these help me at all. Other than, I guess, the gymnasium is, you know, I'm still on the east wing. But then I'm losing steps. I don't want to do that. But if I get a master bedroom, I'm fine on steps. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm just going to redraw. Fuck it. I'm getting a little bit salty. Because this freaking... Oh, this master bedroom just does not want to appear. Why is this happening to me? I don't want any of these. I don't want a dormitory. I don't want a patio. Even though there's like a low clue thing about the patio, but I don't feel like checking that right now. I just feel depressed because my master bedroom does not want to show up. So I guess I'm just going to take an archive floor plan here and say, fuck it, put more dirt on the driveway that I can't actually, you know, utilize because I don't have another gold sink. So archive floor plan it is. I got a terrace. Cool, guys. I got a terrace. Green rooms are free. Yay. Yay. That's so incredible. I'm so overjoyed. Just freaking... God damn it. Okay. I'm not drafting a tomorrow room here unless it's a break room. So is there ever a world where I go back to the showroom to get a chronograph because I want to get a break room? The problem is I might not get a break room. I might get a clock tower, and I might get a coat check, and I might get a... Well, not a sauna because there's no pool. But I might get tomorrow rooms that I don't want because I want one more shot at a master bedroom. I'm like dead set, laser focused on this master bedroom, and it's probably not going to actually happen until I finally just let go of wanting, do not want or desire or lust after the master bedroom. Because otherwise, it's like watching a pot, which is never going to boil. I'm just going to draft. Here. Fuck it. I'm not going back for a chronograph. Mechanarium, huh? Oh, and there's a dovecote. But I don't know which way it's pointing. Fucking A. How many mechanical rooms do we have? Workshop, boiler room, security, laboratory. That's 4. And the mechanarium would be 5. So we take the mechanarium because it points to the last room that has a chance at a you know, a master bedroom, right? That's what we do. That's what we do. Yep, it's what we do. It's what we do. And yeah. And yeah. Apparently there is a key in here, or we have the mechanarium doing its mechanarium stuff, where certain doors have things behind them. You've got to be fucking kidding me. You have to be fucking kidding me. Oh, I am raging so hard right now, man. Rage against the mechanarium. Bro, you're killing me. Killing me, dog. I need steps, because I need to go back now and make an electromagnet. I have a battery, finally. There's a battery in the mechanarium. There's a battery in the mechanarium. So, what? There's a battery in the goddamn mechanarium. Let's open the other doors, because who knows what the other diagonal doors have behind them. A silver key. Doesn't matter at this point. Well, we'll see about that. Does the silver key matter? There's one more room to draft in the Great Hall. But that doesn't matter, because getting like a Chamber of Mirrors or something, like we couldn't... Lol, Chamber of Mirrors in that spot with all walls around it. Okay, and then there's one more... Okay, actually... Oh, I didn't even think about this. I did not even think about this. You don't need to have all 7 doors open in the mechanarium, or you don't need to have 7 mechanical rooms to open all the diagonal doors. You just need to have walls that block the regular doors from spawning. Oh, why did I never think of this? So because we've put the mechanarium next to the corridor and the parlor, these regular doors that you would draft from are just not here. And so there has to be 5 doors, well, or at least it has to try for 5 doors in the mechanarium. So where does it put them all? It puts them at diagonals. Oh, of course, of course, of course. You end up with a horse and a battery pack. What? Okay. We can make a compass, or we can make an electromagnet, can we not? It's maybe not going to be useful to us because our draft is over, but we at least get to see what a compass and a battery pack do. What does that item do? There's only one thing to do, though, I think. We just need steps is the problem. We cannot make it back to the workshop right now, I don't think. So we really need to get steps in this last room. Or the room that's in the Great Hall. But we do have running shoes. I forgot about running shoes. So we just need to make it back to the foundation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe we do have steps. Because outside in the foundation... Oh, shit. Okay, let's draft this room and see what we get. But there's one more diagonal door. But this is an antechamber lever. And that doesn't matter, because it's the right-handed antechamber. Oh, it is the left-handed ante... That one is... We have access to that through the casino. Okay, that's funny. Does that matter? Probably not. Because I don't want to pick up a basement key, because now I learned my lesson about picking... Don't pick up the basement key, because your moon pendant can grab that shit. We draft this room. We just draft this room, and we see... Maybe we get some steps. Maybe... Nope. Of course not. Fucking course not. Because... Oh, but there are steps maybe to be had in the driveway. We should be able to do this. We should be able to do this. We're taking not a locksmith because we don't need keys. And I don't think we need a closet at this point. Because, yeah, we just take whatever the gamma option is here. Unless, no, it can't be a weight room. Because we're on the wall. We're on the wing. So this can't hurt us, can it? In terms of steps? I think we're fine. I think this just adds more dirt to our driveway. And then maybe it's a bedroom? It's a gift shop. Okay. All right. So now we don't have to go in the gift shop. So that's good. So I think we actually have enough steps. We're going to go to... We have a couple competing interests here with 15 steps left. I would like to spin once at the casino, or do our roulette spin at the casino. I would like to do that. But I would also like to go and make an electromagnet. Can I do both? To get to the casino is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. And then from the casino to the foundation is 4 steps. And we would probably save a couple in the process with running shoes. But if we don't, even if we don't, we're ending up at the foundation with 5 steps. Is that right? 5 steps at worst case, in the worst case. From the foundation, we go through the basement, the sealed passage, and then back to the driveway. We get to dig up a whole bunch of shit in the driveway, but I don't know if we get turnips from those because we have a detector shovel, and it seems like it only digs up coins and keys. But even if we don't, entrance hall, library, passageway, boiler room, workshop, boy, it's going to be cutting it close. We're going to need to get lucky with our tennis shoes. So the safer option, if you wanted to guarantee that you get an electromagnet, you would pass up on your roulette wheel spin at the casino. Maybe what we do is we first know we're going at least to the cloister. So we do that and we see how many procs we get from the running shoes in the process. I think that's what we're going to do, right? There's no other business to be done anywhere else. So let's actually, we'll I don't know if this makes a difference, but we are going to literally run to the cloister to see if we get any steps savings. So far, no. 1. We got 1 step saved from the running shoes. Okay. So now, in the worst case, we would end up at the foundation with 6 steps. If we go to the casino. If we divert to spin the roulette wheel, so we would be 6 steps riding down the elevator, and then probably the tennis shoes outside save us almost 100% of the steps. So we're spending like 1 or 2 steps at most, but that's important because going into the entrance hall it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to the workshop. It's going to be cutting it very close. I think I'm going to take the risk because ultimately there is also the idea that we draft from the Great Hall and try to get some steps somehow from the Great Hall. That feels like that is a bit of a long shot, though. I would have to be getting a bedroom. I would have to get a bedroom, and then even if I do get a bedroom, I'm only getting a couple extra steps from the sleeping mask. It would be good, though. It would probably be enough to get me there. But if I don't get it, then I'm definitely not making it back to the workshop. I just want to spend all my gold, though. I don't want to end the day with another 40 gold. I want to, in the worst case, we're going to get our hands on a compass and a battery pack on another day when we can actually use them. This is the thing. Like, we'll discover if we manage to make this invention. We'll have the contraption added to our list, and we'll discover what it does, but we won't actually be able to use it because the day's going to be over. So I would rather bank the coins and take the risk that I don't get to make the contraption today, because at least we get to bank whatever. We take a chance at banking permanent progress with an allowance token. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because I also love to gamble. I can't help it. I'm a compulsive gambler. I'm not a compulsive gambler, but I cannot deny that there is definitely a gamba instinct. Are you serious? Oh, rewarded so hard. Baby, that is another... Dude, did we actually add 8 to our allowance today? Are you serious? The allowance total was a little jealous of all of the action that the star total got on day 27 due to the starfish aquarium overload. And it said, hey, wait a second. Let me back in on that action. Jesus Christ. Okay, now we see if we get lucky. Running shoes. Running shoes. Do you want to be my friend? Do you want to be my friend? So far, not. So far, it is not my friend. We're going to find out how much of a friend do we have in the running shoes momentarily. That was sick. Actually got the allowance token from the 20 gold roulette spin. We are living the dream today. Okay, to the elevator. Yes, running shoes. I think we're going to make it. I think we're going to end the day with a nice little bit of contraptioneering. Is that a word? That's definitely a word. Yeah, I can't... we've done... We might take one more look at the new clue in the library because we are going to be going through the library, correct? In order to get to the workshop. I did not get a running shoes proc there, which is a little bit surprising. I feel like that's as much of a sure thing as you can get when you're here outside of the house. Like that. And like that. There it is. Right on cue. There's a whole bunch more dig sites, though, so we are going to dig these up. Because we might get some turnips. And then, of course, the point is moot. I've already said that today. It's funny how the brain works. When you say a thing, and then later that day, you say that thing again, because the brain already kind of had it in its, like, its cache, you know? Like, I'll never probably say that phrase again on any other day that I'm drafting, because the brain cache will have been flushed. But because it's cached, it gets said multiple times in a day, and then I get self-conscious about, oh, but I said that already this episode. I can't repeat the same thing that I just said. How many hours ago now? Dude, so many friggin' keys. And not a single stinking turnip. All right, detector shovel. In this case, it would have been nicer not to have a detector shovel, but it's okay. We got to do 6 triggers on our experiment, and we get to make another wish in the fountain, so cool. There we go. All right, we might even... Are we going to naturally make it to the workshop without... I don't know. Without actually needing a lucky proc from the tennis shoes? Is this going to work out just perfectly? Let's take one more look through a new clue. But I feel like my brain is nowhere close to piecing things together here. I do want to try Christopher Clark or Christoph Clark, and maybe some of these others, try them as admin keys. I also want to try A key as admin keys. Although A key, I just realized is an abbreviation. The suspect is admin key. Is that who I'm talking about here? On the way, there's like street signs that we have to factor in here. Dead end, major key, XYZ, ABC. What the fuck does it all mean? There is some sort of pattern here that I'm going to be able to piece together, but not today. But I think I've at least gathered all the info that I need. Was there anything on this train station map that I needed to re-examine? I don't think so. But it is interesting that it's here. So maybe it is something we need to like think about as we're trying to solve whatever cipher puzzle, draft the 6s, shifted extras, yada, yada, yada. And who knows, like these random signs on each of these pages, like to Tanner Fork and keep left, like who knows what, like that might be a clue because we're supposed to look at a particular page in a particular book. And who knows, maybe that's going to be one of the pages. And we need to take into account, oh man, these puzzles. I absolutely hate it and love it at the same time. We don't even need the running shoes because we got one more proc anyways, just to be safe. But we ended up in the workshop with just enough steps. So guess what? I think, did I remember this correctly? Yes. Compass plus battery pack. We get to make one more invention. Let's just quickly make sure that there's nothing else. Recheck our combinations of things here to see if there's any... Did we add any... The running shoes is never going to be a thing, right? That's never going to be a thing. Never say never, but I can't see it being part of a contraption. Okay, battery pack plus compass. Electromagnet time. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. A battery can show up in the mechanarium. That is fantastic, or at least fascinating information to throw in. What is going on here? I saw all this junk being pulled up to the electromagnet here. What do we have? What do we have? A functional powered electromagnet. You are more likely to draw mechanical rooms while drafting, and you automatically collect coins and keys when entering a room. Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you. This is not terrible. I can definitely see this being a useful item. The thing is, when we've made the boiler room standard and the laboratory standard and the mechanarium, sorry, the boiler room and laboratory are common. What am I saying, dude? My brain's fried, as always, at the end of a draft. The security room and the laboratory are common. The boiler room is standard. The mechanarium is standard. We have so many of these. The workshop is common. We have so many of these mechanical rooms that are already common. I feel like this is one of those things similar to the gear wrench that is supposed to be, it's one of your avenues to get these mechanical rooms to be more common and eventually gain access to things that are so rare normally. So that's cool. Okay, we've added the electromagnet to our list of made contraptions, and we can't do anything else. That is literally it. We are out of steps. There's nothing else to do, even if I wanted to. So we are going to call it a day. That is where we're going to wrap up this installment of Blueprints. Another just super fun draft. I really like the way this one ended up. I love that we got to add so much more to our allowance. We got to check out the closed exhibit, and apparently the paper crown is an item that can be accessed. And we got a new title to our manor, St. Holly, Archaeological Shopping Center of Prayers. What? We got the chapel, we got the cloister, and we got the shrine. And so that makes it a of prayers, St. Holly. What? 30 excavated dig sites? Jesus Christ. And then 7 shops along to just everything else we actually, Jesus, I didn't realize it. The gift shop was the 7th. Wow. Where's that number 8? Where's shop number 8? Hello? Don't tell me. But who knows? Maybe if we'd have taken those 2 extra steps. Well, if we'd have taken the 2 extra steps into the Great Hall to draft, we wouldn't have had the 2 extra steps to get to the workshop. Tennis shoe procs aside, it's been a fun day, and I cannot wait to see what day 29 is going to have in store. More experiments, more contraptions, more stars, more allowance, maybe even. And who knows, maybe one of these days I'll actually solve the gallery. Yeah, right. Or draft the master bedroom. Guys, the master bedroom is now a myth. I'm convinced it doesn't exist. When will it actually happen? Oh, we've got the chess thing to do as well. We had an office, and we just needed a queen to go along with things. Oh my God, still so many things to do. And a new clue is what we do on day 29. Let me get out of here before I get myself in more trouble. Thank y'all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.